This is Hemamalini.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
And then you.
Hello.
Yes, you can start now.
Good morning, everybody. All our dreams can come true if we have courage to pursue them. I'll take it. Good morning, everybody. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. These words. Welcome back to the Freshers Orientation Program on we are on day 4. So the session details for today's program. Morning, the first session will be Yoga for Healthy Life by Mrs. Padmini Jog. And second session will be on sports and sports medicine by Dr. Kannan Pugalendi. Third session will be by NSS and NCC units of Chennai. And 10:30 to 10:45, you'll have a screen time break. And by 10:45, you'll have NSS and NCC talk by Dr. Balamurali and Dr. Balamurali. And 11:15 to 11:45, we have a session by Dr. William Bhaskaran, Professor, Center for Gandhian Arts, Kathirgramam, Dindugal. And 11:45 to 12:45, we'll have a session by Dr. R. Padmanabhan, Director of Students' Welfare. And he'll be talking about life in campus. And the seventh program will be like by Mr. G. Rajamurthy, Vice Chairman, Export Promotion Center, Madurai, and he'll be throwing light on entrepreneurship opportunities for engineers. 12:45 to 2 will be the lunch break. And again, in the afternoon, from 2 to 2:15 p.m., we'll be having the address by Dr. VT Sridevi, Professor Select VIT Chennai, and she'll be addressing on the code of conduct for VIT. And from 2:15 to 2:30, we'll have Dr. Anjali Gopakumar addressing on the VIT Alumni Association. And after that, we'll be having talent hunt and videos of various club activities. This will be the session details for day 4. Okay. So now we'll move on to the sessions today. The first session is on yoga for healthy life. Yoga is the journey of the self, through the self, and to the self, says the Bhagavad Gita. And our first session today is by Mrs. Padmini Jog. She was born and educated in Bangalore. She did her senior Cambridge from London University and BSc Home Science from Maharani College, Bangalore. She has also done Montessori teachers training course and has taught in a number of army and civil schools. She is also a visiting lecturer in child psychology. She is practicing yogasana and pranayam for last 30 years, and after taking teacher training at Haridwar, Mrs. Padmini, along with her husband, late Colonel Pradap Jog, has conducted 890 camps at various places where over 2 lakh people have participated. They have also conducted yoga pranayam camps for deaf and dumb, blind, handicapped, and addicts very successfully and effectively. Their mission in life is to teach yoga pranayam to maximum number of people and help them to be physically and mentally healthy throughout their life. After the demise of her husband, Colonel Pratap Chowk, she is continuing the mission. She has the firm belief that with regular and dedicated practice of pranayam, you can remain healthy physically and mentally for the rest of your life. We welcome you, ma'am.
Ma'am, we are sending you live, ma'am. Okay? We are sending you live.
Ready. Shall I start?
You can start.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to each one of you and my namaskar. First of all, I would like to thank VIT Chennai sincerely for inviting me to this prestigious institute. Thank you, Dr. Kanchana, Chandrika Madam, Anjali Madam, Muthu Sir, Balamurali Sir, and their whole team for inviting me. Thank you very much. So far, for the last 3 days, you have been listening, you have been observing, and lot of information is fed to you. Now today, we are going to do practical. Actually practical. When you do something yourself, when you experience, then it becomes very necessary and very important, as well as you learn properly. So now we are going to do pranayam. Let's see what that is. You may be thinking that pranayam is for old people, not for us. No, you're wrong. Pranayam is for everybody. Right from the age of 5 to 85, one can do pranayam. Yoga is the in thing. It is the need of the hour. So, whole world has accepted yoga, and we celebrate International Yoga Day in the whole world. The best thing India has ever given to the world is yoga and pranayam. Okay? So now, there are 8 steps to yoga. Yama, Niyama, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. Out of these 8, the most important one is pranayam. In this short half an hour, I'm going to teach you pranayam. See, maybe I request each one of you to sit comfortably and do whatever I'm saying, not just listen. Actually do and then experience. You realize that you have experience. So everyone, please pay full attention with total devotion, dedication and discipline. Do this for half an hour, which I'm going to just tell you. Okay, now our breaths, we take them for granted. From birth to death, we are breathing. But we hardly know anything about our breaths. Don't take your breaths for granted. One breath in and out. And if the next one doesn't come in, we directly reach up there, heaven. Okay, so now be very careful to understand the importance of breath. So now, are you all ready? What is pranayam? Pranayam is a breathing technique. The way to breathe correctly, that is pranayam. Okay. Now, when should you do it? You should do it early in the morning, 5 to 8, or in the evening, 5 to 8. Maybe twice, half an hour every day is enough. Okay, half an hour every day. So now, each one of you, please do this with total devotion, dedication and discipline and see the experience of a lifetime. Please, all of you are young, you may think this is not for me. It is for you, very much for you. And at this young age, if you learn, it is something wonderful. You are equipped for the whole life. And if you bring it into your life will be total success. I can guarantee that. Now, please sit comfortably on the floor or on the chair. Comfortably, absolutely. Back should be straight. Push your shoulders back. Join your hands in such a way that the lines touch each other, fingers close to each other, and let your wrist touch your chest. Sit tall. Sit comfortably. Now, a gentle smile on the face and very, very gently close your eyes. Become calm and peaceful. Observe your natural breath. With each inhalation, you get cosmic energy, and with each exhalation, you get peace. Experience energy and peace. Shakti, Shanti. Shakti, Shanti. Shanti Path is a silent prayer to God. Shanti Path gives us peace. Shanti Path gives us strength to concentrate. Shanti Path makes us physically fit and mentally alert. Shanti Path also tells us time is not money. Time is life. Much more important than money. Money lost can be earned again, but time lost will never come back. Wasting time is wasting life. Now let your breathing rate be as it is. One breath in and out is one. In this way, count 15 breaths and keep total silence. Keep your eyes closed and bring down your hands very, very slowly and place them on your knees in Dhyana Mudra. First finger and thumb touching each other, palms facing upwards, hands on the knees, eyes are closed. Mind has started becoming calm. Now we are going to chant Om 3 times. Om is a beautiful, holy, rhythmic, eco-friendly sound. And this sound has an excellent soothing effect on your body, mind, intellect, and soul. Try to experience the effect of Om. Inhale through both the nostrils, fill your lungs with air, and only after that chant Om. Or 2/3, more 1/3 approximately. Be ready, relax your body and mind. Omkar 3 times in continuation according to your capacity. Start. Pin drop silence. Be still, steady and silent. Experience the stillness, the steadiness, the silence and the peace within you. Experience the soothing effect of Om on your body, mind and intellect. After experiencing peace within, rub your palms a little. Place them on your closed eyes. Gently move them across your face. Keep them in your laps in Anjali Mudra. Right hand over the left. Bend your head slightly and open your eyes slowly. Look up and smile. Very good. That was Shanti Path and Omkar. After doing these two, Now your body and your mind is ready for pranaya. What is pran? Pran is not just oxygen or air. Pran is cosmic energy, vital life force, jivantata, chetana, chaitanya. That is pran. And breathing technique. Pranayam is the correct method of breathing. Now we are going to do pranayam. In each pranayam, there are 4 things that you should remember. First is the method, how to do it. Secondly, the timing. How long should we do it? Thirdly, the thoughts that we should have in your mind when you are doing the pranayam. And lastly, the benefits of the pranayam. So these 4 things you must remember when you are doing the pranayam. So that is very important. Now let us see. The name of the first pranayam is Kapalabhati Pranayam. It is a Shuddhi Kriya. It purifies your body, mind and intellect. The method is breath out, stomach in. Breath out, stomach in. Like this. Just observe first. This way. This is the method. Minimum timing is 5 minutes. You don't have to look at a watch. Do 10, 10, 10 today. Tomorrow you will do 20, 20, 20. Increase it till you reach 100, 100, 100. Minimum 300 strokes of Kapalabhati is a must. Alright? So that is the method. Now that's the timing and method you have understood. What are the benefits? All the impurities in your body are thrown out. All the impurities in your mind are thrown out. And all the impurities in your intellect are also thrown out. So this is very important. I just say one word now. Imli, chinsa, tamarind. When I say tamarind, I can see there is water in. A lot of you are feeling saliva inside the mouth. How? How? You have not eaten imli just now. You have not seen imli just now. Even then, how does this water come? Our mind, our thoughts have a great effect on our body. The thought imli, that is tamarind, has entered your subconscious mind through your mind, and subconscious mind has ordered the body produce saliva. So within a fraction of a second, saliva is produced. We have a mind, and that is just 10%, which is always confused. But we have a subconscious mind, which is very stressed, it just acts. So if you put in good thoughts, it will act good. And good actions will always bring good results. If you think bad thoughts, bad actions will take place and results will be bad. So you are your own maker and your own breaker. The choice is yours. You have to select your thoughts. Think positive always. That is the importance. So now, when you keep these thoughts in your mind and do the pranayam, it is going to be very, very effective. So, my request is, everyone, please sit comfortably. We are going to do the first pranayam, Bhaskaran pranayam. Hands like this. Put it. Let your elbows touch your body. Hands on the way, on the hip, on the knees, and now very gently close your eyes. Become very calm and peaceful. Absolutely calm. Relax your whole body. Now think in your mind, whatever impurities I have in my body, I'm throwing them out with each stroke, and my body is becoming cleaner and purer. Kapalbhati Pranayam, 10 strokes, according to your capacity. 1 second, 1 stroke. Start. Relax. Now think in your mind, whatever impurities I have in my mind, I'm throwing them away with each stroke. What am I throwing away? Lust, anger, greed, attachment, jealousy, anger, pride, and ego. All these I'm throwing away with every stroke, and my mind is becoming purer and purer. Have this thought and feeling in your mind. Kapalbhati Pranayam, second time, 10 strokes, according to your capacity. Start. Relax. Now, think in your mind, whatever negative thoughts I have in my brain, in my intellect, I'm throwing each and every negative thought with every stroke out from my body, out from my brain. Each and every negative thought, please and please throw it away. You have got number of positive thoughts inside you. They will get a chance to develop. Kapalbhati Pranayam. Your intellect is cleansed. Yathashi, 10 strokes. Third and last time, Kapalbhati. Start. Relax. Relax. No movement. We have done 30 times Kapalbhati. You will increase 10, 10, 10 every day till you reach 100, 100, 100. Whenever you feel tired, wait for some time and then start again. Your body, mind and intellect are cleansed. You'll have a natural glow on your face. Any knot inside your body will be dissolved. Very good. Now bend your head slightly and open your eyes slowly and look up and smile. A smile is a must. Smile is a small curve which straightens everything. Smile is instant tension release. Smile increases your face value. If somebody doesn't have a in through the right nostril, you breathe out. Through the right nostril, you breathe in. And through the left nostril, you breathe out. That is the method. Breath in, out, in, out. Always begin with the left and end with the left. Right? So that is the method. Minimum timing again, 5 minutes. No need of looking at the watch. We are going to do 2, 2 and 2. Means 6 only. Tomorrow you will do 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4 till you reach 10, 10, 10. Minimum 30 times you must do Anulom Vilom Pranayam. Right? That is the method and timing. Now, what are the benefits? When you breathe in through the left nostril, your right brain is activated. When you breathe in through the right nostril, your left brain is activated. So important it is. So it is an internal exercise for your brain. It takes you slowly, slowly towards spirituality. And spirituality is common in every religion of the world. Right? So now, Anulom Vilom. You have understood the timing, the method, how to do it. I'll show you once how to do. Just watch me. Left hand in Dhyan Mudra, right hand, right thumb on my right nostril. Don't do now. Just watch. In through the left, out through the right, in through the right, out through the left. Only once I will do it. Soundless breathing. Observe carefully. That is the method, right? Please sit comfortably now. You may sit on chair also, but back must be straight. Left hand in Dhyan Mudra. Right hand and right thumb on the right nostril. Not now. Put your hands like this and close your eyes. Gentle smile on the face. Now, let the thoughts seep into your subconscious mind. Let these thoughts which I am telling you now. Your left nostril is Ganga Nadi. Right nostril is Yamuna Nadi. And inside there is a Sushumna Nadi, which is Saraswati Nadi. Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati. Triveni Sangam, the configuration of the 3 rivers. Triveni Sangam. I am having a holy dip in this Triveni Sangam. And my body, mind and intellect are further purified. Have this thought in your mind. Back straight. Right hand, right thumb on the right nostril. Anulom Vilom Pranayam. Only twice. Very slowly. Deep inhalation, complete exhalation, soundless breathing. Twice. Start. When you breathe out through the left nostril completely, keep your eyes closed and bring down your hand very, very slowly and keep it in Dhyana Mudra on your knee. Observe your breaths. Is the breath coming to the right or left? Is it coming or going? Is it short or long? Is it warm or cold? Is it rhythmic or not? Complete concentration on your own breath. Now, think in your mind, I am doing pranam, namaskar to my mother and father. Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava. In this world, your parents are like gods to you. Respect them, regard them, love them. Anulom Vilom Pranayam. We are praying to our parents. Right hand, right thumb on the right nostril. Anulom Vilom Pranayam only twice. Slow, deep inhalation, slow, deep exhalation, soundless. Twice. Start. After breathing out to the left nostril completely, keep your eyes closed and bring down your hand very, very slowly and place it on your knee in Dhyana Mudra. No other movement, please. Beautiful feelings are awakened inside you. Truth, knowledge, faith, love, devotion, peace, compassion, dedication, sympathy, surrender, courage, bravery, strength, sharpness, best efforts, victory, self-respect, and self-confidence. All these are already within you. They are awakened. Now, think in your mind that you are praying to God with total devotion and dedication. God is showering His blessings on you. Right hand, right thumb on the right nostril. Anulom Vilom Pranayam, third and last time. Twice. Start. When you finish twice, bring down your hand slowly. Place it on your knee in Dhyana Mudra. Work is worship. Karma Yoga. Work is worship. Now, bend your head slightly and open your eyes slowly. Look up and smile. Now, the name of the third pranayam is Bhramari Pranayam, like the humming of a bee. Just observe first. 2 fingers here, 3 fingers slightly curved on your closed eyes, 2 thumbs on the earlids, back straight, sit tall, arms parallel to the ground. I will breathe in deeply, then I will press my ears and then produce the sound of a humming bee. Observe carefully, don't do now. is the method. Minimum 3 times, 5 times or 7 times. Omkar also 3 times, 5 times or 7 times. That's the method. What is the thought? You bring your mind to the center of your eyebrows, the third eye, the Ajna Chakra, the seat of intuition. Just bring your mind there. That's all. Your brain requires more oxygen than the rest of the body. So now we are going to do Bhramari Pranayam. 2 fingers on the forehead, 3 fingers on the closed eyes, 2 thumbs on the earlids. Arm parallel to the ground, sit straight. Bhramari Pranayam 3 times in continuation according to your capacity. Start. Be calm and peaceful. Bring down your hands very slowly and place them on your knees in Dhyana Mudra. Eyes must remain closed. Bhramari Pranayam. You will never get a clot in your brain. Now we are going to chant Om 3 times. Om. Om takes you from the material world through your emotional world to the spiritual world. Omkar 3 times in continuation according to your capacity. Start. You are in the spiritual world. Your body is the temple of God. God resides inside. A point of light and might between your 2 eyebrows. You recognize God by His qualities. Fill yourself with these qualities: truth, love, knowledge, strength, peace, bliss, and purity. Recharge your life batteries. Now think for a while. Who am I? I'm not the body. I'm not the mind. I'm not the intellect. Then who am I? I am a pure, powerful, peaceful, and blissful soul. Body, mind, and intellect are my faculties. I work through them. Now from the beautiful spiritual world, come back to this material world. Observe your own breaths with closed eyes. This is meditation, and meditation is the answer for all medication. Whatever I see is the form of God. Whatever I do will be a worship to God. And whatever I get in return, I will accept it happily as prasad from God. We don't run our breaths. God runs them for us. Total surrender to Lord Almighty. Now, join your hands in Namaskar. We'll say a very short prayer. Very short. Keep your eyes closed. Dil se boliye, man mein. Dear God, to get a healthy body, contentment and peace, please give us the inspiration, the strength to do yoga every day. Thank you, God, for everything. Hands down, slowly open your eyes. If you are feeling peaceful, you have done correctly. Take this piece along with you the whole day in every activity. I wish you the best of health and happiness now and always. Thank you very much. God bless you. Namaskar.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful service.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you hear me, ma'am? Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am. So actually what will happen is, just sir, live.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful service you do in your life and for the beautiful rendering today. Thank you once again. I will move on to the next session. The 5 S's of sports training are stamina, speed, strength, skill, and spirit. But the greatest of these is spirit. Here we have Dr. Kannan Pugalindi, founder chairman, Indian Institute of Sports Medicine, one of the pioneers of sports medicine in India, to address the gathering on sports and sports medicine. A small introduction to Dr. Kannan Pugalindi goes like, he is a pupil of Madras Medical College, graduated in the year 1986. He was fortunate about a career of sports medicine and was assigned to travel with Indian cricket team in 1989 for the West Indies series as their team physician. He pursued his Master of Sports Medicine in New South Wales University, Australia. He had been the sports physician of Atlanta Olympics 1996 and Indian hockey team physician for World Cup in 2002. He has authored 2 books, namely Fitness and Fitopedia. Dr. Kannan Pugalindi has been the sports physician for almost all the international sports teams. He has trained the entire primary care teams of South Asian Federation Games, which consisted of physicians, surgeons, and nurses to handle injuries both on the field and off field. He has successfully designed a weight loss reality show, Olli Belly, in one of the South Indian private television channel. Over 50 contestants participated and lost combined weight of 1,000 kgs in less than 3 months. He is a recipient of various awards of excellence for his contributions to the society in keeping people healthy and pain-free through non-invasive and conservative medical approaches in the field of sports medicine. The dais is yours now, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to everybody. Good morning. Because when I say good morning, most of them are already gone to sleep. So I have to have a different approach to make you come awake and be aware. And that's the first thing we're going to do. First of all, I should congratulate all of you who are now into the VIT institution. One of the finest institution of this country, perhaps in the world. Congratulations. There are a lot of others who envy you for being there and they didn't get there. So you must give a big hand to yourself and then say and to the others who have come together with you. And find your important position in the society because you're in this institution and that will get you to places where you want to be. So this morning, we're going to understand there are 3 kinds of people. Those who make it happen, those who watch it happen, those who wonder what happened. So because you made it happen, make it happen, you're here. But where you want to go is another. So you have to continue to be in the same category of making it happen rather than watch it happen or suddenly wonder what happened. So just because the institution that you have got into has been paid a fee doesn't mean you are going to get to be where you want to be. It is your effort. The institution supports you, guides you, takes you across. So the possibility of you being in your destination has to be made with your effort rather than the effort of anyone else. They are guiding principles. Now, if we want to have a clarity on what you want to be, the first question has to be what I want to be, where I want to be, how I want to be, when I want to be. And the last question answers the whole thing, why I want to be there. So what I want to be can be anything. I want to be a doctor, I want to be a surgeon, I want to be a sports medicine practitioner. What I want to be. Where I want to be. I want to be in this country, in Chennai, having an institution. How I want to be. I would lead the program and I will support a large team. And where I have said already, it's in Chennai. How many people will work with me? In what form will I assume my responsibility? Comes into the how. But why I want to do? The why I want to do is because that's my passion. It is not because I get paid. It's not because I get to earn a lot of money. Yes, I would earn money. I would ensure that I am comfortable and I make others comfortable around me. But that is not the only thing that has priority for me. If I don't love what I do, the possibility of doing that will be at a lower intensity. So if you don't love what you do, if you don't enjoy doing what you do, I think that's the first question you need to ask. So please ensure that we are doing something because we wanted to do it, not somebody else wanted to do it. And if somebody wanted you to do it, now you need to make a decision and say, no, now it's mine. It's no more theirs. And ensure that you are moved into this space with a commitment that you're going to see it through. And nobody else other than the people who brought you here can help you to ascend. They can show the steps, but you need to ascend. They have already done the steps, but you need to climb. It cannot be done by anybody else. So the why is a big question, and that easily not answered. And I leave that why to you to be every day in your mind and understand that you need to find those answers. Because when you don't want to do something, you ask why? No, I want to enjoy. What is that enjoyment? Just lying down and not doing anything is not enjoyment. That is laziness and not focused to what you want to do. You are at the prime of your life and you are in the premier institution and you have a vision. And it is not about having a sight, it is about having a vision. That vision is built now. And it cannot be done without your absolute focus. So start to do these things. Write down in your diary where you are going to be, when you are going to be, how you are going to be, what you are going to be. And the last thing which drives you, why you want to be there. With this, I would start my lecture on what I always call as a fitness revolution. Is the slide visible now? Okay. So I'm Kannan Pugarendi. I'm a sports physician. And a Spark Institute, as they call as a sports performance rehabilitation research counseling institute. It's in Chennai, Mumbai, New Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Coimbatore, Madurai, and Tirupur. We have about 18 institutions, which is the which is the clinical body. The Indian Institute of Sports Medicine, the IISM, is the academic body like yours, like VIT. But what you need to understand that all this didn't happen in a single year. It took a long time. My practice goes for about 35 years. Those who make it happen, and those who see things happen, and those who wonder what happened. As I told you, decide your category. You want to be on the sidelines? You'll be staying in the sidelines, watching what is happening. You want to participate, then you have to make things happen. And let others wonder what happened. How come you are able to do this? Okay. So the need to be alive. If you are not alive, what's the big deal? You need to be alive first. You need to be awake. You need to be aware. You need to be alert. You need to be active. To be astoundingly healthy. To be astonishingly fit. And ambitiously combat stress. These are very simple guidelines, and they are not a want. There's a difference between what is a want and what is a need. A need is something that if you don't have, you won't survive. So any of these categories that I have put down here, as a student, if your parents have given you the best opportunity to put you in this institution and give their support for that, in return, can't we fulfill these ones which will only encourage our progress in life and their happiness in return? That happiness is an absolute requirement that you need to live for your parents, give to your parents, gift it to your parents. I think that much, even if you don't care about yourself, I think you owe them that much. But I would say you should care for yourself and through that care for the society. So commonly all of us have a problem. How long will I live on? Will I live long? I want to live long. No one wants to live in a second. And what are the factors that affect our longevity? Nearly 50% of that is on the lifestyle, the way we live, the way we take a day with a purpose, or let it pass. I can do whatever I want to do. 20% only the heredity is contributing. In other words, if anyone has diabetes, hypertension, my father was always having an issue with the BP or anything, that's only 20%. And 20% of the environment in which you are in. Unfortunately or fortunately, only 10% is in the medical fraternity support system, the treatment. So all of us have if there's a problem, the doctor is there. Doctor is there only for a 10% requirement. But why should I get into the 10% demand? Why can't I be in the 50% lifestyle change, which can avoid all this and control the heredity and manipulate the environment, or in spite of the environment being bad or not so ideal, still you can survive. Those are the things that are important that you need to understand today. We are number one in the world, We are the number one in the world because we are the population, not even China, no. China is number one, no. We are not number one, but we are still number one. Not in the number of people, but the number of people that are affected by diabetes. 50% of the world population suffering from diabetes are Indians. 60% of the world population suffering from cardiac diseases are Indians. And the WHO states that any child born after 2010 will not outlive their parents. So you need to understand, because we have become more and more inactive, more and more sedentary, we need to ensure we will find the solution to the problem the problem of premature death is very high in Indians. Perhaps the only population that suffers from diseases which are of non-communicable ones, MCDs, NCDs, non-communicable diseases, which are the key elements which eat more than what a corona could do in the lifetime that we are seeing here. More than corona, we lose people, which may not be, brought onto the newspapers or the media for you to know that many number of people are dying every day. So many million in a year is a large number, and it can be anybody known to us. It can be our relatives, it can be our friends, it can be ourselves. And if so, how are we going to solve the problem? The problem of not having enough lifetime to achieve what we need to do, and also to understand that lifetime may be not good in its quality, not only the quantity, the quality of life. I think that is an issue. So it is a major trouble, more than an Afghanistan, a Pakistan, or a Kyrgyzstan, or any country that we think as Indians, or any other country thinking about invading. More than that, the non-communicable diseases are an issue all over the world. But in India, we are more worried about the population that is succumbing to an inactivity, and more so with children, more so with college students, who are going to be more and more inactive studying. And it's due to corona, most of us are sitting in front of these kind of gadgets. We are not into the live institutions so much. So we need to move. We need to ensure that we move so that these menacingly marching diseases against our nation can be controlled, because it is individual decision and individual alteration. You can't, corrupt or give bribery, bribe these guys and say you can be away, you shouldn't affect me. You cannot do that. There's no possibility. So I have said all this. What are the major factors? Your diet, your environment, maximize stress. The last one, which I told you, physical inactivity. So if in this, the stress has to be understood, the diet has to be planned, the polluted environment can be altered to a large extent if you again make an effort, and how the inactivity, that is the key. If we can manage that, most of the things are under your control. So I would say more money is spent, out of pocket expenses. So many $1 million or $1 billion are spent by a population that can afford it. But why do you want to spend money giving it to the doctor? Why can't you spend the money to keep yourself healthy without a pharmaceutical prescription, with a exercise prescription? I think your Department of Physical Education plays a major role in that aspect, ensuring that the students who enter the institution should leave with the same weight, leave alone growing tall. If they grow tall, they may also have weight. But if they can maintain their weight, and if they have grown commensurate with the height, what is the weight that they should be? You can put a chart and what is your height that should be and what is the weight you have to be. So the body composition that you're going to have through your education process, that you don't become obese in the time that you are sitting in the institution, that gives you knowledge, that gives you the ability to conquer the world. But your inner world is conquered by something else. You are trying to conquer the outer world. You are leaving your own country inside to know what happens. Exactly, that can be the error that people have always done. They want to conquer outside. What happens in the inside may not be understood. So it's time that we understand that you are actually the problem, and how so many people are allured by eating more. If you are healthy and you have enough money, what is the first thing that you need to do? Eat. Eat when you are not hungry, not when you are hungry. Not talking about when you are hungry. When you are not hungry, we are eating food. And we are eating the wrong food because it tastes good and looks good. Not whether it is healthy for the, it's only the tongue, no? 5 centimeter by 3 centimeter, maybe even longer, maybe larger in your case, the way you speak, the way you are able to do things, yeah. But unfortunately, the tongue decides what you are going to push down the gastrointestinal tract, GIT, which is like a VIT, a huge space. Imagine the entry of the VIT is so difficult, correct? But the process is so bad, anyone who comes in will destroy the institution. So they have ensured that the process of entry is so vital that the students are filtered and made sure that they are the best of the best and have the best of the teachers to make sure the whole institution runs well. Same thing, the GIT also can run well, provided the food that you bring in is optimal and not just that it looks good or tastes good. You need to come out of that. As I told you, no other animal eats when it is not hungry. Only human beings, and no other animal, I'm sorry, I missed that one. The dogs who are domesticated. So they also now are admitted in hospitals like us. My dog is admitted for high hypertension. The doctor said it has to be admitted because we give them whatever we feel like eating, and so they eat more than what they need. So you need to work on that. So a lot of people earn now and pay the doctor when they are old. They want to make sure they earn now and pay the doctor. So how many of you want to earn more money and bequeath that to the medical fraternity? If you can buy health, I'll say go for it. It's available in any market. Go for it. If anyone can give it to you, go for it. But take it from me, it cannot be bought. It is a gift given by yourself to you. Parents can give you a structure that is so good to see. But what you do with it from now on, it's your own. They can't do anything about it. Mother can't eat for you. Father can't sleep for you. Teacher can't study for you. And no friends can write the exam for you. Similarly, only you can make this change. So it was made by this Everett Koop, who was the Surgeon General of United States of America in 70s. 70s they made this statement. And in 2021, we are still understanding how we can destroy our health. We are in an era of self-induced premature death. This was 72 in the US. And in India, it is still not made any progress because a lot of people are not aware. Like the corona that has happened and everyone is aware of it. Oh, the destruction is pretty good. It's pretty high. And so we have to take measures. This one is worse. Where do we begin? When it is destroyed or before any destruction hits us? So this is huge. But that was absolutely when you're caught off guard, then you wonder what happened. That's why I said do not be in the category of watch it happen or wonder what happened. Do it in the category of making it happen. See, when we are children, everything that affects our parents, everything affects the institution, everything that affects this group can affect a lot of people. So you are now, as a student, the prime focus of the whole family. So it touches you, it touches everybody. You are the focus of the institute too. When they give rules and regulations, it's not to destroy you. It is to ensure that you can go along the path without disturbing others and still achieve your goals. All of us can't be in the world-class events. They don't have to be. The physical education department doesn't exist as a sports department. It is called as physical education department. As much as the literacy that we are looking at, oh, the person is educated, he is qualified on this level, master's, PhD. But what is your literacy on the movement that you are able to do for yourself? The literacy is an imagined one. So, movement literacy is what I am talking about as fitness, to ensure the body continues to be in a state of health and doesn't fluctuate, which is going to be a common feature. In that fluctuation, to maintain equanimity, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. So the competitive sports are only 2% of the population. It's unfortunate that the physical education department was carried on that you have to bring medals or anything. That's only 1 or 2% of the population. The rest of the 95 to 98 of the students may not only be watching and clapping their hands. So the physical education department is to bother about the 100% of the students, whether they exercise regularly, whether they are maintaining their body composition, whether anyone who is walking around is obese and finding it breathless when they have to climb stairs and they are asking institution to give them elevators and escalators. Wow, that is crazy. You have to make sure that you can cope with the demand of the body. So Mahatma Gandhi said there's more to life than just increasing its speed. Go on increasing its speed. It is not about speed. It is about moving in the right way, such that you can achieve things. And hurry, worry, and hot curry is a common thing with the people who develop gastric issues, because there's so much of hurry to eat food. If you ask somebody, what did you eat today? I don't know. I don't remember. I think today it was idli. Huh? Asking a friend, did you eat idli today? How many idlis? What was the side dish with it? I don't know, because at the time I was with a cell phone. I was trying to eat food and then put the spoon in the mouth, pull it out, and then again I'm on the gadget. So when you eat, it's the most important communication between what goes into every cell of the body. Do not dissociate yourself at that time. This is my first request to you. If you want to care for that food that goes in, watch it, bank it before you bring it in, and see whether that's required for your body or only for the tongue, and make the decision there. So consuming very little fruits and vegetables. People think food requirement does not, you are cooked, no, the cooked food is better. And even the packaged food are superior. So unfortunately, more and more cooked food, more and more packaged food, you're going to consume more amount of fat. At least 16 chemical additives that come on any packaged material you're going to eat. So as students, you will sit down for a long time in a day to achieve what you need to do, and that is cannot be ignored, cannot be thrown away. That means, where is the time that is allotted for you by yourself, other than the institution, that can throw away this sedentary lifestyle? And smoking and alcohol, I leave it to you guys. If there's anything that can cause cancer, we have proven that smoking can cause cancer. Alcohol, no, I just have it for fun, If any other stimulant only can make you happy, comfortable, what about your own capacity to do that? It's a question. And both these elements are more damaging than anything that human being has ever had in their life. It's not a chance, it's a choice. You have to make that jump. It's a reflection of genetics and luck. It's a common misconception. It is an outcome of personal behavior. The genes do not have an on and off button on it. Only you can on it or off it. So you need to understand the quality of life from the time that you entered, because this is the prime time that you're going to study and you're going to make it big in life. The minute you go for a job, and then there is no time at all, because the job will demand so much that if you don't have enough in your fitness bank now, and make sure that you can create this kind of a choice which will continue throughout your life. And if you throw it away now, You will say, I have done it before and I can continue. But somebody may say goodbye prematurely to you. So you need to shape your health destiny. Interest is in the present, not in the future. Uh, Please understand you can control the now. And do not underestimate future risk of lifestyle diseases. We feel, it did come here, I won't get it. I don't think I can get affected. So you need to understand your action as an outcome of your health knowledge. Our knowledge on health is very minimal. Even for the doctors, for their own health, they don't seem to worry about it. We are happy about prescription of pharmaceutical agents and a surgical intervention. These are the two things. As a sports doctor, my work is to ensure you can overcome and avoid these two, provided you look into an exercise prescription. How that prescription can be drawn is based on your personal behavior, your responsible choices, and a word that normally Indians do not believe in, discipline. What you do not have, it is not the brain, phenomenal capacity. But if that brain doesn't have a discipline to bring it under control, to a commitment to wellness, that is the responsible choice that I want you to make. This cannot be made by anybody else for you. You need to make it for yourself. So it is not just about lack of disease, and every company is able to give their employees their reimbursement for avoiding, for getting their biochemical tests done, getting their radiological tests done, getting CABG, or what we call as coronary artery bypass graft, CABG. All these things are being funded, but they refuse to fund the fitness component. The reason they believe, why should I? It's penny wise and pound foolish. Anyway, everyone is spending billions of dollars for bad eating here. We are one of the few animals in the planet. We ate and got diseases. Our drinking habit, stress. Sir, what is stress? I don't know. If there is stress, I don't have any stress. What is this stress you are talking about? What is stress? Someone asked. It is unconditional response, an unconditional response to a stimulation. The stimulation can come from any form, any space. How you respond to it. That unconditional response is called a stress. If I'm going to be talking for the next 3 hours, it's going to be a stress. And if I don't talk sense, it's going to be stress. If I'm going to be talking with a requirement of stress, that's going to be stress. Because the way I'm boring. So the voice that I'm going to carry, the way that I express, is phenomenally important. Otherwise, I'll stress you even in the few minutes that you're going to be with me. And sedentary living in this corona time, even if there were people moving, we have become sedentary. So you are much more prone during this time to even a corona if you don't move. If you move, the possibility of your police force acting against an entry of a virus will be far better. And if you're going to bring down the smoke, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, what comes out to an exhaust of a bus, as you see it in front of you, you say that's bad. But you are inhaling into yourself and giving it to others into the environment. So I think if you want to remove that smoke that comes in, it is a decision made by you. So I want to change your lifestyle. I want to plan an optimal health which can keep you away from the healthcare industry. We call it an industry means then you are going to be the food for us. You want to avoid being a food for an industrial industry, health industry rather. I would rather say you have to make the right choices. To create circumstances of living and the ways of living to live long and well is a responsibility. It's an awareness. It's a continuous process of ongoing love towards maximizing one's potential. Okay. Everyone feels today alcohol is acceptable. Yeah. Today you do it, tomorrow will be another day. When there's any issues, we will want to drink more. Any celebration means we want to eat. Celebration is okay. Today is a celebration. Let's go for a 5K run. Let's go for a half marathon. No. Let's go for a tennis game. No. We will watch a movie. No. We'll ensure that that is celebration. Unfortunately, more and more inactivity only. There is no inactivity that is going to procure other than your studying time that is contributing actually for your progress. So you need to change that mind. So bolder one gets, inactivity is considered as luxury and healthy. What is the job you want? No, sir. I don't have to move my fingers also. I just look at that, the gadget will do the things for me. That's the kind of luxury that I expect. And what happens to the inside? So we can destroy our inside when we are dependent on gadgets outside. So what are the immediate effects of why do we exercise? The heart that pumps for you on a moment to moment, the heart rate has to be increased for at least 30 to 40 minutes every day, such that from a 60 to 80, it jumps to around 140 to 160 and maintain there for 30 minutes and then brought down, then you can avoid a fat deposit in your body. You cannot do a sit-up doing an abdominal crunch and prevent a gathering of fat in abdominal region. So you have to take it as an aerobic activity where oxygen is made available through the effort of breathing, and also the intensity of the exercise is such that the oxygen is available at the muscle and the rate of the intensity will be low, so the duration of exercise has to be longer. So cardiac output, arteriovenous oxygen difference, your systolic BP, your respiratory rate. Imagine our respiratory rate is supposed to be 16 breaths per minute, and the breath rate goes up to around 20-25 because we are breathing faster and faster and or not breathing at all. Both are ends of the spectrum which can cause more destruction. We need strength, we need power, we need agility. Everyone wants power, no? Power. But that power is based on the strength of muscular contraction, and the muscle is the only tissue under your skin that is under your control. Nothing else. Everything else is autonomous. The institution that you study and expect you alone to be in control of yourself, rest things are taken care of. You don't have to do anything. Exactly what I'm talking about. That power that you have within your body is allowed to deteriorate and expect somebody else to do the health work for you. So you don't do your homework and somebody will do the homework. Naturally, you don't know what is inside there. So you're under my control if I'm the doctor. So agility, muscular endurance, flexibility, speed, cardiorespiratory endurance, balance and coordination. Put all this. Some of us don't even know what it means. As though this is something that is required for a space age existing in Mars and not here. This is not for us. No, it is the basic requirement for you to be alive. That's why I said when you want to be alive, these are the requirements that you will fulfill. And it appears to be a God-given gift now. As time passes, because of the inactivity and because of the stress, because of the sedentary lifestyle, because of any additions of alcohol and smoke, you can destroy all this in a very, very short time. And then the doctor may say, sorry, you don't have time to live. It's the last thing to do. So what happens? The stroke volume. Normally when the heart pumps about 60 ml. Now, because of your exercise, can pump 120 ml and more. That is the effort that the heart muscle is able to is being brought about because the stroke volume increases. The heart rate of an elephant is 25 beats per minute. The heart rate of a human being goes above 80. Any one of you taking a measurement of your pulse rate, if it is above 80, that means you are already under a risk. You are unnecessarily allowing your heart rate to be high at rest, and that is a sad issue. So the stroke volume is less, so it has to pump more and more to ensure the stroke volume is able to meet the cardiac output necessary for you to be alive. Okay? So I want to say, if you don't breathe, what is the use here? You don't get oxygen. And if you don't get oxygen, you don't get to live. Now, I can go into the detraining effects because some of us feel, hey, I play every Saturday and Sunday. But what you are going to do in a weekend alone will not give you any result, because your metabolic rate drops the minute you stop exercise within 40 to 50 minutes, and may not give you the benefits that you want to have. So a lot of people are weekend warriors. They feel I've done enough the weekend, and through the week I will mess around. So ensure that if you are an animal in the forest, in Serengeti, you will run for your life. That is the design of the human body. You can't throw away that design and then ask for assistance. So we need to make sure that the decline that happens due to inactivity can happen within 48 hours. 14% in 2 weeks, a rapid decline in stroke volume. The heart rate, heart pumping reduces 14% in 2 weeks' time. Then imagine for 2 years, 3 years. It's lucky, it's a luck that we are alive, some of us. So maximum declination, oxygen, VO2 max is the amount of consumption of oxygen that declines 7% in 3 weeks. The amount of oxygen consumed and made available. So how much you can transport, how much you are able to take in into the body is the maximal oxygen consumption. And that is dropping 7%. You are all talking about GDP, this, that, 2%. Sir, inside your body, the GDP is dropping by 7%, sir, in 3 weeks. And who's going to bother? Which government is going to give you rules and regulations? And you are the governor, sir. You are the president, sir. You are the prime minister. And you are expecting somebody else to give you rules and regulations. So what to do, sir? You need to walk. You need to jog. You need to run. You need to cycle. You need to swim, ski, sports and games, dance. Pick up something. Ensure that your heart rate increases above 120 at least while you are at it. And just before me, there's a yoga class, So I understand, I'll mention what that is, but this is what your age group will be comfortable with. They can't be staying at one place to do. I have never said yoga is inferior. Please understand, yoga is the highest level possible, highest level of anything that can be designed in the world to achieve the results to be in an evolved person. But today, the kind of food we eat, the kind of stress we face, and the kind of immediate results we want, this would do better. So yoga works on the parasympathetic nervous system. Exercise works on the sympathetic nervous system. Do not combine these. You cannot combine them. You cannot do one after another. You can have to do it separately, at least 3 hours of gap. You understand? So walk, run, swim, cycle, do anything for not less than 30 minutes. If you don't cross the 30 minutes, your glucose as a fuel that is present in the blood and in the liver has to be exhausted, such that what you eat now can go back and fulfill or fill in these areas. If not, the excess glucose that you keep in there will get deposited as a bank deposit in the fat cells. They are the fat banks that we have, and they will deposit where you don't want them to be deposited. Okay, in your abdomen, in your butt, in your cheek, in various parts of the body, depending on where your family has given you go downs to store. So how long? This is the key element. If you understood this slide, you understood everything, sir. What is the key element? The duration of exercise, as I told you. How frequent? At least 3 times a week you have to do the aerobic activity. At least 2 times to 3 times you have to do the strength training activity. What, sir? You didn't tell me about the strength training. Yep. The important aspect that you need to know, there are 2 types of muscles inside the body. Type 1, type 2. The firstborn, the secondborn. There are 2 brothers. So you need to make sure you do business with 2 brothers and not one of them. So long distance runners are using the firstborn, that is type 1. Sprinters are using the secondborn. So all the sprinters, jumpers, throwers are all using type 2. Whereas the long distance runners are using type 1. The players are also using a mixture of type 1 and type 2 depending on the speed of the game, the intensity of the game, etc. So you need to choose not one, but both of them. If you are not an athlete involved in a sport, at least you need to do that. If there are 14 sessions, morning and evening, 7 days, 14 sessions, and you do only exercise once a day, you have to be doing it at least 6 times a week. minimum 5 times to 6 times a week. And the intensity is such that the heart rate, as I told you, if it is aerobic activity 140 to 160, when it crosses into an anaerobic activity where you are pushing weights, you are sprinting, you are jumping, it will grow across 180 and more. And the recovery, what is the time required? The sleep, you need about 7 to 8 hours of minimum time to sleep. Do not cut down on that. And if you feel you're going to cut down on that, you're going to pay a high price. And your growth hormone secretion can be affected. Your hormonal changes can happen. A lot of women are suffering from PCOD today because they have altered their eating habits and the recovery habit, high stress, refusal to exercise, adding more fat. Say this is what is a normal life. So adaptation. Whenever you do exercise, it has to have a load for a period of time before it can be increased to the next level. If you are going to increase it suddenly, the possibility of lack of adaptation and causing issues of where the person will not benefit due to the exercise itself. Progression can happen only when adaptation has begun. So this slide is key. So ensure that whatever you use in your life, that you need to make sure that the exercise is sort of throughout the body or localized to one area, whatever. You need to make sure there's a warm up and a warm down, and the exercise must be multi-joint exercise where a large joint and you like a push-up is a multi-joint exercise. A biceps curl is an assistance or a single joint exercise. Core exercises are involving your abdomen and navel area, which is supporting your, which is in the form of a diaphragm above, the pelvic floor below, the transverse abdominis muscle around. This is called as a TA or the core muscle. All these muscles have to be in the best of the capacity to do anything that you want to do in life. So weight training and cardiorespiratory training, these three are the, as I said, the core exercises, plus weight training and cardiorespiratory training are essential to make sure that you can have a training program. So yoga is the best tool, but unfortunately, the time required to do yoga and the kind of teacher that you need to have to progress. You can, of course, learn from online classes, but nothing like a teacher beside you. They can assist. Otherwise, the yogic performance need not progress in the direction that you want it to be. It will be very difficult. It's a lot of introspection, a lot of inward looking to make sure whether you are doing it right, unlike the exercise. This one is much more intense in its capacity. So yoga is very good. And if you're going to use yoga, you have to control the food, the water. Most important, don't wait for thirst to happen. Drink water before you are thirsty. If you are thirsty, you have lost 2% of your body weight already in the form of sweat, and that's why thirst has come. So thirst is a bad indicator of dehydration. It means you're already dehydrated and you are made up of water. So ensure that your throat doesn't go dry and you don't become thirsty. And if your urine color is yellow, that means you are dehydrated. And if the urine color is neo-white, you are hydrated. It's pure white, again, you are hydrating it more than the requirement. 1.5 liters to pass urine, so mandatory. Beyond 1.5 liters, depending on you are in a space where there is so much amount of sun and heat and humidity, you have to make sure that you will form more urine or more sweat, so the loss can be insensible. And the other thing is sun. Today, we don't walk out in the sun. We don't play in the sun. No, I'll get cancer, skin cancer. People are talking about it. I said, you won't get your vitamin D3, man. If your vitamin D3 is not formed, calcium is not absorbed, your bone will be robbed. You'll be robbing the bone of the calcium bank that it has. That can cause trouble. Today, pains and other things are possible because of the lack of exposure to the sun. Tai Chi is another form that people can learn from a good teacher. And it's worthwhile to learn, which is a combination of, I would say, it's a movement meditation. It can be a phenomenal thing if you have learned Tai Chi or Qigong. Movies and media, they're the fitness avenues. All these organizations should be looking at fitness so that they can improve. That's why I'm talking to educational establishments like yours to say, you are an establishment yourself and you are waiting for anybody else to give. And I have seen the establishments facility that they have created, phenomenally good, sufficient, and there is enough space. And there are colleges which don't have that much space even for the classroom itself. You have a space to run and do anything as big as IITs. So I think you should look at your institution as a blessing. I thank you guys for giving me an opportunity, and I hope I have made sure that I have made a a dent into your mind to permanently alter. When you walk out from here, you're permanently altered to see that your life is under your control and your health cannot be a responsibility of the medical doctor. So I'm happy if you can make that change and come back to your own world, which is the inside and the outside. Most of the time we are outside. Yoga is about going inside, moving towards the center. And that is the highest philosophy that can be given to mankind. If there's any questions, I'll answer. It can come from anybody. Just to ensure that is given to the population. You can also say that this is boring lecture. So it doesn't matter.
Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good morning, Radha.
Actually, this is a live session. I think students cannot ask.
No problem. No problem. Any other staff can also. You can also ask because you are part of the whole thing. So you can ask.
Yes.
Great.
I've been listening to lots of your lectures even before, and whenever time permits. I've met you personally in VIT before too. And
yes, ma'am. I know. Now I recall. No, as soon as you said, I'm able to remember now. Sorry, I didn't. Yes. As soon as you said, then I said, oh yeah, we have done. And as students,
you are a big inspiration. Yes, sir. You are a big inspiration. Of course, now I have. Maybe at least I have not worked too much and all that, but I've started understanding my lifestyle. I have a control over my lifestyle now. You are one of the inspirations for that, so that's much I could say. And sir, I was like, when you were talking, you were telling about people complaining about getting cancer from sunlight. Is that true? So if you say that from sunlight you might get cancer, and at the same time they also said vitamin D is missing.
UV radiation that is there, ultraviolet radiation, because beyond the visual spectrum there is light. There is a magnetic electromagnetic field, and that can produce ultraviolet rays. These ultraviolet rays are the ones that penetrate the bone or penetrate the skin and give us formation of the vitamin D3. So the active form is created from an inactive form by the sun, not by any other process. That's why the Eskimos make sure that they fortify their milk with vitamin D3. We are now starting to do it because we are not exposing our body to the sun. Please understand the color of the skin, whether you are the fairest person in the country, still the color of the skin, when light falls on it, it will be a even a brownish tinge that comes. Whereas we see a Caucasian race, it will be spotted ones. The melanin pigments are beautifully distributed. It will filter your UV rays comfortably and conveniently. Down south, the population is much darker, is because the requirement. Nature requires it, and it is so. And even the fairest person in this part of the world will not get a change that you will see outside in a Caucasian race. So our skin is capable of doing what you want to do to filter the bad effects of the sun. You don't need anything more. This is first. Okay. Second, if you don't get it, your bones will become weaker, especially in women. Osteoporosis is an issue once they go into menopause. And if you don't deposit enough in your pancreas and the calcium, you can lose it. We call it osteopenia and osteoporosis. So you should not have. So do not worry. I think you should at least have half an hour to 40 minutes of sun on you. That is sufficient. That's why we had a Surya Namaskar. So we throw away the Surya Namaskar and Surya also. So except that we want to sit down and watch a Surya inside inside a movie, not a Surya outside. So I feel that Surya is good, but this Surya is very important for you to be alive.
Yes. So no harm in going in sunlight. That's the final thing.
Please, you need to make sure that you walk in the sunlight. Without sun, nothing will be available in this planet. That's the life-giving source. Calling that as a bad source is it's our own imagination, and not to a population like us, not in this part of the world. There's no rent in our atmosphere to cause UV entry itself. That happens in Australia and other parts which are having the rent in the ozone layer. That layer is not an issue for us. We don't have it. We don't have an issue.
Thank you.
I thank the institution for the time given and the opportunity. And I hope I have touched so many thousands of people out there. The number I do not know, but I want to make sure that these guys can benefit in this discussion. Though it could have been a discussion, but in your mind it's a discussion. But I want to tell you that this is an opportunity for you to change and make your life phenomenally different and progress to your happiness towards your goals in life. I wish the institution and the students, the staff, the very best to begin this year. Hopefully, they'll have live classes and more interactions rather than on a way that it is happening now. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, all of us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have motivated our students to live an astonishingly sound and amazingly fit life. Hope we follow your words and live a permanent alteration you suggested can happen for sure. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Screen time break for 10 minutes.
So, an announcement. We have a screen time.
Yes, ma'am. This month we can
Just
screen time break. 10 till 10:50. And after that,
your voice is very feeble, ma'am.
Next. Thank you.
Right, sir. Unmute பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? Unmute. Sorry, mute பண்ணிக்கலாம். Okay. So all of you please be online itself. We'll be having an external verifying the link, and then I will let you know when to come online. At that time, you can switch on your video as well as audio. Okay. Please remain.
Yes,
Sir, can you make the presenter for the Vamsi and Tarun Tesa? Tarun.
yes, sir. Yeah, please wait. Ma'am, Anjali ma'am, good morning.
Rajamurthy sir, can you hear me? Rajamurthy sir? Rajamurthy sir?
Ma'am, good morning, Balamurali.
Oh, yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Tell me, sir.
Ma'am, make me as presenter, Vamsi Sai, then
Tarun Kumar.
Tarun Kumar,
Okay.
Vamsi Sai, Tarun Kumar, Vamsi Sai. So all of you turn on your camera.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Aditya, please check all people have joined here.
Yes, sir. All people are joined.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. I think Nisha sir is also listening to you, so he will be making better. My Balamurali sir also is joined. Balamurali sir? Are you also?
No, he is from NSS Balamurali.
Okay, so no problem. Because I asked him whether it will be Teams or Zoom. That's right. Okay, sir. Thank you. Sir, you can stay mute itself till we tell you to start. Okay, sir. Because before that, the next session is handled by an external. So I just want to check whether his line is also through. That's why. Okay. Please wait. Because once your session is over, directly we'll be connected there. That's it.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Sir, is it okay my background?
Say, please, ma. Yes, good, very good. Until next program starts, we have to keep silent. Okay? So because they are working on other link also.
Yes.
Okay. So please ensure that everybody is joined in case.
Okay, I request not to have discussions here. We are already in live. Okay, let's not have discussions here. Thank you.
Welcome back. Now we'll move on to the next session. Volunteerism is the voice of people put into action. These actions shape and mold the present into a future of which we can all be proud. In the next half an hour, you'll get introduced to NSS and NCC units of VIT Chennai, which is all about doing service to the humanity at large. Now, I call upon Dr. B.J. Balamurali, NSS Program Coordinator, to share with you the overall objectives of NSS and what specifically VIT NSS does. Welcome, you, sir.
Balamurali sir, you can start.
Yes, ma'am. Students, please be ready. Yes.
Sir, can you make me present?
Sir, you are on. Sir, you are on. You can continue.
No, you please make Bomini City Vamsi Sai presenter, ma'am, and then
Tarun Kumar.
Tarun Kumar.
Sure.
Everybody turn on your camera, please.
Sir, both have been made presenters. You can start.
We rise by lifting others. With this note, I would like to start my introduction. A very warm good morning to all dignitaries, guests, and my very own volunteers. It's my honor to welcome you all on this day where we will be celebrating the highlights of NSS units. Myself, Akshara, along with my co-host Abhi, welcome you all on behalf of NSS VIT Chennai family.
Hello everyone and good morning. This is your co-host Abhi, Department of CSC. As my first and foremost duty, I would like to thank each and everyone present here. The galaxy of intellectuals, invited guests, respected faculty, and my dear juniors, I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to all present here to exhibit the role of NSS in VIT.
We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Government has launched the National Service Scheme NSS with the overall objective of personality development of the students through community service.
NSS VIT Chennai renders service to the society all through the year. Before the pandemic phase has begun, there were a lot of physical activities conducted, which included Indian Coast Guard event, spending time with orphans and in old age homes, and many more. We measure success by sweat and service.
And we all know how the pandemic has actually affected us. Even the pandemic was never a challenge to us. Even the pandemic was never a challenge to us. It is a fact that the platform via which we are serving has been changed, but the actions will never change. All thanks to technology and our supportive management.
And now it's time for a big warm welcome to encompass you all to this refreshing morning. It will now be the time to turn to our very own NSS program coordinator, Dr. Balamurali sir, to give us the insight of NSS VIT Chennai.
Yeah, thank you, Akshara and Abhi. The NSS VIT Chennai takes pleasure inviting all first year students to this orientation program. So I'm Dr. Balamurali, NSS program coordinator at VIT Chennai. I think everybody aware of that, the motto of NSS, and which states that not me but you, which reflects the essence of democratic living, the need for selfless service and appreciation of other person's point of view, and showing consideration for fellow human beings. And the left hand side we have the emblem, that is what the NSS emblem, everybody aware of it. And coming to what the NSS objective, which is clearly focusing on development of personality of students through community service. Based on this particular objective, the NSS activities at VIT provide an opportunity to our volunteers to involve themselves in community service. In the very elaborate manner, if you look at what the NSS objectives that we have, which is clearly to understand the community in which they work, the students understand themselves in relation to their community, to identify the needs and the problems of the community and involve them in problem solving, to develop among themselves a sense of social and civic responsibility, utilize their knowledge in finding practical solutions to individual and community problems. In fact, it helps to develop competence required for group living and sharing responsibility. The students can gain skills in mobilizing community participation. Students can acquire leadership quality and democratic attitudes, develop capacity to meet the emergencies and the natural disasters, and even the students can practice national integration and social harmony. So the activities at VIT Chennai focusing the objectives which makes the students better personalities. If you look at what the activities of NSS at the VIT, we classify in two categories, one under the case of regular activities, and the second one is we conduct what special camping activities. Under regular activities, normally it is to be organized in weekends, holidays, in some important days, after the class hours, we conduct this. And the duration of the regular activities is 120 hours per year, and this activities can be carried out for 2 years. During what regular activities, we conduct what regular day camps, one-day camps, like what blood donation camps, medical camps, and any kind of awareness camps that is to be conducted in a day long. And then we also visit villages or adopted villages nearby our university, and then we conduct what programs at university, college level, urban slums, and community place. Like that, we carry out what the regular activities for 120 hours. But in reality, we go beyond 120 hours. No restriction to have only, we have to carry out 120 hours like that. No restriction, we go beyond that one. Even look at what other activities available in this slides. So because of the time constraint, I would like to skip this. And even we would like to concentrate on health, family welfare, and nutrition. In fact, often our students helping the doctors and the nurses during what the pulse polio immunization. Not only the pulse polio immunization, even during this COVID-19 time, some volunteers are deputed to help the doctors and the nurses to regulate what the cues, all those things. And then we conduct nutrition programs, safe and clean drinking water programs, integrated child development programs at Anganwadi, health education, AIDS awareness, and the primary health care, lifestyle education, and the counseling, like that it goes. Under the special camping program, normally this camp is conducted for 7 days. It is a residential camp, which is conducted normally in an adopted village. The main focus will be like this. It should be organized on various national and development issues to create health awareness, to develop leadership qualities, eradication of social evils, community service, and development. These are the main focus of the special camping program. And coming at the NSS activities at the VIT Chennai, as I said, I'm Dr. Balamurali, the NSS program coordinator. Apart from me, we also have Dr. Balamurali, MM, the NSS program officer, Dr. Pachanagi, S, NSS program officers. In total, we have 3 units right now. The total number of volunteers we have here is 300 at the Chennai campus alone. And we started this NSS in the year 2014. And just I would like to show to you some important events. Look at this, just I'm showing some photographs, whatever we conducted at VIT Chennai. Awareness campaign on fire safety. Then international coastal cleanup. Okay, we visited Marina Beach and then Elias Beach available at Chennai, and joined hands with Indian Coast Guard to clean up, to carry out what this type of activities. As I said, in a day program, we conduct what many blood donation camps. One I am showing to you all, and even the tree plantation program, and then awareness program on road safety. And look at this, even we conducted some rally in the adopted village at fire. Just during what camp time, we had one rally to create awareness on water management. And then plug run by Indian Coast Guard, again another one more event to give awareness about what marine pollution. We conducted postal cleanup program. And then, nowadays, the government of India is very keen to have fitness among our youngsters like you all. We have Fit India program, Storm Rider Fitness Challenge program. We conducted past 3 years, joining hands with Indian Coast Guard. So if you look at what this picture, Saini Wilson, the athlete, the famous athlete, came and encouraged our participants. And even we conducted Fit India Cyclothon as part of NSS activities. And look at this, people visit our volunteers normally visiting what the old age homes, orphanages. Look at this. These are some sample photographs. Just I'm showing to you all. Mainly, this will help the volunteers to learn many things in their life. Corona awareness program also be conducted in the March 2020 itself. We started before declaring the closure of everything. Before the pandemic itself, we started to give what awareness on coronavirus. And then if you look at what this, our volunteers alone raised a fund of rupees 75,000 approximately. Then we have purchased our provisions, and then we distributed in the adopted village. And then even during what pandemic, we conducted many activities as Akshara said. This is one yoga program we conducted online last year in 2020. And this is what young career workshop. See, every volunteer, every NSS volunteer is contributing something to fight against what COVID-19. In that connection, we conducted young warrior workshop. And even we also contributed the people raised some fund, and then we donated to government of Tamil Nadu on behalf of NSS volunteers. So these are only a few activities I've highlighted. Not only these few activities, we conduct many activities. The past 2 years, we conducted nearly 200 events, apart from the regular, apart from the regular academic activities we conducted. So thanks. If you have any query, please mail me to this email ID. This is my email ID, balamurgan.dg@vit.ac.in. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you,
Again, I
Dr.
welcome you all.
Thank you, Dr. Balamurgan, sir, for your enlightening and expressive words. Pandemic was never a challenge for us in conducting the NSS activities. Moving on, let's sit back and admire a short, visionary and appealing video on NSS activities.
Great work, team. That was amazing. Thank you for adding a lot of liveliness to this event with your spectacular editing skills. Leadership is the capacity to transmit vision into reality.
A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Now I would like to call upon our ex-NSS General Secretary 2019 to 2020, Miss Anjana, final year MTech, currently a student intern at Nokia Solutions. She is one of our best NSS volunteers. Now I request her to speak a couple of words.
A warm greetings to all the dignitaries and to all my dear juniors from my side. I'm here to share with you a few interesting experiences that I've enjoyed throughout the journey being a part of National Service Scheme Unit. NSS provides various opportunities and lets us experience many more. I got a chance to attend and organize many blood donation camps here at VIT Chennai. We as volunteers were also part of major other events like our visit to Marine Pollution Control Unit, ship visits, and also fitness challenge events organized in coordination with the Indian Coast Guard, which is one of the major events happened at VIT Chennai. Our visit to the Turtle Hub at Neelangare Beach was one of the most adventurous events of all. We had to walk along the seacoast for 2 hours straight at 1 a.m. to wait and see the beautiful olive red turtles and its hatchlings. Old age home visit was one of the most emotional and personal event to me, which taught us what life is outside the nutshell we students live in. What's now NSS without a camp? Every year, NSS VIT Chennai organizes a 70 camp for each batch of students, which becomes the best place in time to explore about societal issues and also have fun with students at the same time. The most enjoyable and fun-loving part comes here with the campfire, and it's the best time anyone can have with their friends. I consider this as a proud moment for me to mention that I've been awarded the Best Volunteer Award during my service. My journey with NSS was fun-filled, and it had also instilled in me the ability to take things with responsibility. I hope you all gain more than just fun at NSS. Hoping and wishing you all the best for all of your future endeavors. I thank everyone for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your admiring and inspiring words. Now I would like to call our alumni, ex-NSS President 2019 to 2020, Mr. Rohit Verma, currently an Associate Technical Recruiter in Artec Info Systems. I would like him to invite to speak a few words on his service with NSS.
Hi champions, this is Rohit Verma. I hope you are doing wonderful and having a great day. So I have completed my bachelor's in CSC Computer Science with BTech degree. I'm a 2021 passer. I'm glad to meet you all, and first and foremost, welcome to VIT Chennai, and all the best for your new and fresh journey of your life. I can understand you might have mixed feelings these days, happiness, confusion, fear, excitement, right? I too had it 4 years ago, and now also because I'm entering another phase of my life. That's my job. Trust me, your journey is going to be the best roller coaster ride of fun, happiness, knowledge, growth, and ultimate success. The day you'll end this journey, you'll surely miss the memorable time that you had and also you spent here. And NSS VIT Chennai, it helps you to show empathy, love, care for others. We do many things than we speak, so you can reach us at any point of time if you have any doubts on our social media. You have got best seniors, so if you have any doubt, we have 600 eyes looking at you and 600 ears waiting to listen from you. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean, and stay hydrated. Yes.
Thank you for your enlightening and encouraging words. Now it's the time to call our NSS President, Mr. Aditya Yeni, currently pursuing his BTech final year in VIT Chennai. I would like to welcome you to share a few words.
Hello everyone, this is N. Aditya, President of NSS VIT Chennai. A very good morning and warm welcome to everyone present here. NSS is the largest club in VIT Chennai. We are happy to share that our NSS unit was awarded as the best club award for the previous 2 years. We have more than 500 plus volunteers and we have conducted more than 170 plus events in the past 2 years, including both offline and online modes. Our goal and aim is to make sure that volunteers develop a sense of service towards society. We make sure that all events and programs reflect a sense of service towards the nation. I can tell from my personal experience that in my 2 years of volunteering for the NSS, I have developed many qualities that are relevant in today's competitive world. Are you looking to explore your interests? Then this is the correct place for you. In NSS, everyone has an important role to play, that we have so many projects. So NSS is not only recording service, but also to improve your personal skills. I'm currently pursuing my 4th year and will finish my degree in a couple of months. But I can say this from the bottom of my heart, that the time I have spent working as a volunteer at NSS is undoubtedly the best time in my 4 years at VIT Chennai. NSS VIT Chennai has adopted a slum, Rajiv Gandhi Nagar, near our campus. We are proud that we donated 70,000 rupees food items to the people living there during the pandemic time. Through this event, I can say that NSS VIT Chennai has worked extensively during the pandemic time too. I would like to wish each and every one of all of you the best and good luck for your life here at VIT Chennai. Hoping all your dreams and aspirations come true. Once again, a warm welcome into VIT Chennai. Thank you.
Thank you for your charming and thought-provoking words. Now, on top of the list, we have our NSS volunteer, Ms. Manju Bashini, pursuing her LLB programs in VIT Chennai. I would like to invite her to speak her experience working with NSS.
Warm good morning to everyone. I'm Manju Bashini from Law Department and NSS volunteer. Last year was my first step into the NSS unit. If you see the speciality of our NSS is it is wholly oriented towards skill, personality development of its volunteers and serving society to its best. Even pandemic couldn't stop NSS swing, where nearly 120 events were conducted online last year. So with regard to my experience, NSS gave me numerous opportunities. I was able to participate in National Youth Parliament competitions conducted by central government and got qualified place in state level representing our college. I got to coordinate the event called Young Warriors of UNICEF, which was one of the major events of the year. I was given opportunity to represent talk of our NSS unit in Sankal contest, placed third position at team in the whole country. It recognized my contribution in the ban of single-use plastic competition and awarded cash prize. I got to conduct a written reward competition on the event of 125th birth anniversary of respected Subhash Chandra Bose Ji, and our contributions to various donation campaigns for suffering children, women, via Gurukul and Kanya project made us feel very happy and productive. We have various communities in NSS where youth parliament stands first to me. It made me stay updated and it improved my debating skills since it follows the Indian parliament procedure. And this year is my next year into NSS. If you see, it wholly changed me in itself as a person itself. It taught me planning, leading, organizing, coordinating, and most importantly, teamwork skills. There is only one thing I would suggest all the new volunteers to remember. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Gandhiji slew him. So utilize all the opportunities which will be given by our NSS and raise high to shine together. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you for letting us to know your marvelous journey with NSS. Even now, we have organized an NSS program that is only meant for you guys. This is designed on the idea of Swachh Bharat mission. Now it's time to stand up for the pledge on Swachhata. I would like to call upon Akshara to recite the pledge and I would request others to follow the same.
Mahatma Gandhi dreamt of an India which was not only free but also clean and developed. Mahatma Gandhi secured freedom for Mother India. Now it's our duty to serve Mother India by keeping the country neat and clean. I request you all to repeat the pledge once I recite. I take this pledge that I will remain committed towards cleanliness and devote time for this. I will devote 100 hours per year. That is 2 hours per week. To voluntarily work for cleanliness. I will neither litter nor let others litter. I will initiate the quest for cleanliness with myself, my family, my locality, my village and my workplace. I believe that the countries of the world that appear clean are so because their citizens don't indulge in littering, nor do they allow it to happen. With this firm belief, I'll propagate the message of Swachh Bharat mission in villages and towns. I will encourage 100 other persons to take this pledge which I'm taking today. I will endeavor to make them devote their 100 hours for cleanliness. I am confident that every step I take towards cleanliness
cleanliness
will help in making my country clean.
Will help in making my country clean.
Now, I would request all the students to scan the QR code that would be displayed and fill in the form. The event may end here, but the relationship that NSS has with its audience will be everlasting, and we will promise to meet you all soon. I would like to take this moment to thank the backbone of NSS, the volunteers who are taking their time to make each and every event a grand success. And last but not the least, our amazing audience for their patience. And keep enjoying your college journey with the most excitement and happiness. All the best. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
Stay home, stay safe. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, team. Thank you, team. And a small announcement, there is a small change in the session. Our NSS officer, Dr. Balamurali, will address you a little later. Now we'll move on to the next program agenda. A man whose very name has become synonymous with non-violent freedom, whose life volumes of book can't do justice to, whose sacrifices rightly earned him the title Father of the Nation. Mahatma Gandhi is more than an individual. He's a movement that still exists today in the hearts of people. Here we have Dr. William Bhaskaran, Professor, Center for Gandhian Thoughts, Dindugal, to deliver his address on ethics in life. To introduce Dr. William Bhaskaran, he is a professor at Gandhian University, and his area of specializations are peace studies, Gandhian thought, conflict resolution, Shanti Sena, and counseling. He has guided 6 PhD scholars so far, and 9 scholars are pursuing PhD under him right now. He has been invited to deliver lectures in many national and international conferences and seminars. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. So you are on live and people might not. Continue.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Right. Can I begin my talk?
Yeah, please go ahead, sir. Please go.
Okay. So good morning, every one of you. I'm happy to join you on this event. Probably this is a kind of orientation given to the new entrant. So I thank all the faculty members who involved in the process of orienting the young brain in the great institution of yours. I know a few of you, Dr. Pichenagi, Dr. Angelica Bakmar, and Kathirgramam. These people get involved in inviting me to speak to the students. I'm happy, I'm thankful to every one of you. So the topic which I have chosen to speak today is ethics, a Gandhian perspective. How to look at ethics from Gandhian perspective. Probably you'll have quotes on ethics, engineering ethics, maybe, because I believe that most of you are engineering graduates. I do not know. I'm not sure about your background very clearly. I assume. Therefore, that subject probably you will learn it from your teachers as part of the engineering ethics. But my point here is to talk on ethics viewed by Gandhiji. How? Why these ethics are important and needed? And what is ethics? And why ethics are needed in the educational institutions. So I've just shared a few of my views, maybe for another half an hour I do this. When I asked to do this, I was reading some of the books. So I come across one important quote made by Sinclair. Upton Sinclair is a thinker. And he made a beautiful statement. He said about something on education, present education. And he made a beautiful statement, which I read it for you. He said, please carefully follow this, that our young people are being taught, deliberately and of set purpose. Deliberately and of set purpose. So the young people are taught deliberately for set purpose. And he said, not wisdom, but fully. Not justice, but greed. Not freedom, but slavery. Not love, but hate. Actually, that inspired me because then the present day education, what for this present day education is, what the present education system is doing. But maybe if I would have seen some of your videos little ago, I would have not started from this quote, because I was witnessing about your institution's extension activities, NSS activities, and your community work, your social work. And that gave me a kind of introduction that you have been involving your students in training community work and in serving the people. I think this is the main, that's why I think you have invited me to speak on ethics. Therefore, you have included ethics as part of your orientation program. So that's nice. That's nice. I think if our younger generations are motivated and introduced in the community work, in the service work, I think it's a great service we are rendering to the society. And that's a great education we give our students individually. So the statement the Sinclair made is very important to us, because the education is related to one set purpose, and to me it is always related to job, employment, and it is related to earning some income for our livelihood. This is how education is directly linked, or the purpose of the education is that. So in this process, what is missing is wisdom, but what is gained by people are fully. What is lost is justice. Rather, we are taught to follow greediness, and we miss real freedom. Rather, we are taught to work as slaves. We are not taught to love each other, but we are taught to hate in the name of competition. So I think we have to be careful what we are learning from our lessons. So Sinclair's statement is a warning. Excuse me. Hello. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm in the middle. So I move on to another quote by Albert Schweitzer. This I have specifically chosen. This I have specifically chosen because you are pursuing the technical education. So I think you should know what it is. So he said, technical progress, extension of knowledge, do indeed represent progress. Do indeed represent progress. So technical progress and extension of knowledge do indeed represent progress, but not in fundamental. So this technical progress and the knowledge on particular discipline, it represents progress, but they are not essential or fundamental. The essential thing is that we become more finely and deeply human. So what is what is essential is we should become more finely and deeply human. First of all, we should learn to live like human being and learn to live as a human being, and we should try to live as human being, not as like robot. So our education should focus on this. And therefore, we are concentrating on ethics. Therefore, we are going to study ethics. And another quote, which I quoted from Gandhi, or Mahatma Gandhi, he said, the great awakening in the life of a single individual can change the destiny of nation. So the great awakening in the life of a single individual change the destiny of nation. Please remember, it not only change their life and attitude of an individual, but it changed the destiny of nation and also the destiny of humankind. So the real awakening, maybe Buddha talked about the awakening. So we should get enlightenment, the right enlightenment. The enlightenment will not only change the destiny of nation, but change the destiny of humankind, which Gandhi insisted on. So, what these great people are telling about, I think the technical educations and the formal educations, all are important. We don't deny. But what is more important is the lessons which makes us to live as human beings, with a freedom, with justice, and with wisdom, with love. That's more important. And when you have this, I think all the other things will come. Sometime back, I just listened to a lecture. I think he was telling a story, a beautiful story, a Chinese story. I want to share it with you. There was a farmer who lived in a secluded place in the town. He was away from the city and living near to forest in his farmland. He and his wife were living in that. So normally, every day, the man goes to town for work and try to get some job and earn something for their livelihood. And the women remains at home and do their homework, and she was maintaining beautiful garden around their home when she had some leisure time. So this is how their life went on. And but this man was thoroughly dejected because he had to work a lot. He didn't have much savings, and he never saw any success in his life. So he was struggling hard in his life. And the wife was having some wisdom. And she was enjoying, though they were not rich. They were not having much money. They were not having much comfort. And she was enjoying and beautifully maintaining the garden. And for that, she has to fetch water from a long distance. But she was gladly doing it. One day, she saw 3 men and was seeing their garden. They were visiting the garden. And she approached these 3 men and asked, what do you want? They said, your garden is beautiful. It is amazing. It is really enjoyable to see your garden. So we have been watching the different types of flower and different types of plants, and we are enjoying. So this lady said smilingly, yes, of course, I have been maintaining. So she invited all the 3 men to come into my home and I will prepare some tea for you. And these three men declined her offer. And they were telling, okay, we will come to your home when your husband returned from work. But because this is a custom, you know, in India and China almost, we have these traditions. Probably you young people, you may not know, but in villages, this is the custom. When the woman is staying alone at home, I think the male guest won't enter into home. So this is how they said. So they were standing on the shapes, waiting for the husband to return. The husband returned. So when the husband returned, he was not happy that day. He was angry, a bit dejected, and asking the wife, and who are they? And she explained everything to him. But he was not interested in them. He got irritated. No, I don't want to invite them. But this lady is very patient, very kind, loving, and full of wisdom, and said, convinced her husband, no, they are at our doorstep. And it is our custom, and it is our duty, and it is our responsibility to invite them to our home and offer a cup of tea, because they have been waiting for a long time and they have been waiting for you. So the husband, with much hesitation, approached them and invited them half-heartedly. So when they were moving towards the home, they said, we will enter into your home with one condition. Again, they put condition. Now both of them listened what it is. They said, see, the first one said, if this gentleman, and he was pointing out the third person, he said, if this gentleman comes into your home, he will bring you a gift. Okay? And that may be the wealth. And if he comes into your home, he will give you wealth. And he was pointing another man, and if he comes, he will bring you success. And if you invite me, I will come, and I will bring you love and peace. But they put another condition, says, but we will come one by one. We will not come all together. So whoever come, or whoever will be invited first, will offer that gift. The remaining people will not offer. The first will give offer. Whom you would like to choose? So the man got a little shocked and bustled because it is a pleasant surprise for him. There is a wealth, there is a success, there is a love and peace, but he has never witnessed success and wealth in his life. So he approached his wife, asked, can we invite the man who offers wealth first? But the wife was hesitating, thinking. Then he said, okay, if success comes, I think in a life we will be very successful and we will be very happy, we will get everything. So I'll invite the man who brings the success. Again, he was keeping quiet. So finally he said, what do you say? Then she was telling, no, I think we should invite the man who brings love and peace. We'll invite him first. So I think we need that. So the husband, with much hesitance, said, okay, if that is your wisdom, if that is your like, if that is your desire, if that is your goal, I am glad to do that. So he went and he invited the man who promised to give love and peace. So he said, you please come, sir. When he started moving, other two people also joined with him. Then the man surprised and asked, why now all the three are moving together? You said one will be coming at a time. Then he said, if you invited wealth, only wealth would have come. If you invited success, only success would have. Since you invited peace and love and peace, I think all of us will come because the love and peace will bring everything together. I think what for we are trained, friends, your young friends, young students, please think, what is your priority in the life? Why do you come for the educational institution today? Is it to learn, to achieve success, to gain wealth, or to learn love and peace, or everything together? I think this session is mainly given for us to understand this fact. So, why we need ethics today? Because the ethics is very important, and it is a foundation for making a democratic society. And to strengthen this democratic society in this country, we need a democratic country. Then only we can enjoy freedom. Then only we can have justice. Then only we can have progress. Okay? And what it requires: trustworthiness, respect for each other, a responsibility towards society and towards fellow human being, and establishing justice and fairness, care for others, care for poor, care for aged, care for children, care for downtrodden. So, and having civic virtues. And we should be a good citizen. So all these things are needed. Therefore, I think we are focusing on ethics. The ethics which makes or which creates all these things for creating and strengthening our democratic society and democratic norm. So what is ethics? Probably we have, studied about why we need ethics and what is ethics. Ethics is the standard of contact, how to behave in the society. So standards of contact. So ethico, the word ethics comes from the Greek word called ethiko, means habit. Habit. So our contacts should be based on, it should become an habit. So what is habit? We do repeat certain things often, without questioning, without giving much effort into it. We do it because we learned certain way of doing things. I think that's the ethics. And what kind of things we should do, ethics teaches that. So it has two dimensions. One is prudence. That is right. So what is right? That's important. So in our action, in our behavior, I think we should show what is right. And Buddha was right. He talked about eightfold path. He said, right action, right thinking, right feeling. So he was talking about right thing. So the Buddha's teachings are mainly based on ethical values, not religious values. They are not religious. It transcends religion. It's called ethics. Then second aspect is good. Doing everything for the good of all. Good of everyone. Not only for our sakes, good of everyone. So ethics means it's a standard of contact with right actions and good actions or good things. So what is ethics? How to understand it is. So what makes an act morally right or wrong? Suppose you are doing some actions. Suppose you do something. So what makes it right and wrong? Or what tells you what is right and wrong? Suppose you do something. Your friend says you don't do wrongful things. don't do such sinful thing. Then you ask, why do you call it as wrong and sin? I think if you ask similar question to yourself, suppose if your conscience, your mind says, oh, it is right, it is wrong. That comes out of ethics, which you learned, which you have learned. Have you empowered our brain? However, empowered our conscience with this kinds of education? I think that's the question before us. Therefore, we are talking about ethics. So what makes an act morally right or wrong? That is. Number two is, what makes a person or something good or bad? So again, it's a good or bad. What is good and what is bad? It's a question of value. It's a question of value. What kind of value you have? What kind of value? To which things you give more importance, which you consider good for you and good for everyone. And so that makes ethics. The third thing is how to draw the correct conclusion about what we ought to do and what kind of person we ought to be. So what we ought to do, what we have to do, and what kind of person we should be, that is determined by the ethical learnings we have. So the ethics makes you what kind of person you are and what kind of action you should do. So this can be tested in 4 ways. Suppose whatever thinking you have in your mind, whatever feeling you have in your heart, and whatever action or whatever the behavior you do has to be tested with these 4 testing grounds. One is, suppose if your action, when you have done or when you propose to do an action, you should ask, is it the truth? Is it the right action? Is it the truth? Is it fair for all concerned? Will it good things for all people? Will it build goodwill? Will it build good relationship with the people? So one is you have to understand what is truth. Is it right? And wrong is determined by what is truth. And is it fair? Is it a right way? Will it be a good thing for everyone? Then will it build up good relationship? Then will it be beneficial to all concerned? Will it benefit to everyone? Suppose I discover a gun. So now electronic gun, you take it. That doesn't require any bullet. Rather, it will generate electric beam or something. With that, I can kill thousands and thousands of people with a single gun without much loading. With one charge, I can kill many. This is an innovation, you call it. But what kind of innovation? Will this innovation brings benefit to all, or will it kill people? Will it destroy the society and people? I think we should take a neutral stand. You know, Albert Einstein, and he was instrument for building up the nuclear bomb. But later he regretted for some of his actions, because when the inventions are over, it was handed over to technocrats for making bombs, nuclear bombs. And America was the first country to use it on people. And they were not targeting the military personnel. Rather, the bomb was thrown on civilians, thrown on industries. I think you should remember this. So what kind of discovery you propose to do? Will it be beneficial to all, or will it benefit to one particular group of people? So this will be determined by the ethics which you have learned. And that will be determined by the ethics we follow in your life. The present day world, we talk more of this, the ethics and values, but unfortunately, many of the institutions, now the most of the institutions neglect this aspect as part of their education. I am glad VIT has included this, included the education for ethics and values. This is very important. I know your institution. I know your founder and how much was so keen on introducing these principles to the students. And I have the great respect for these people. Because the present society is full of more value degeneration and degradation. So value degeneration and degradation. The moral values got degenerated. And why is it? Why is it? There is a moral miniaturization. The moral values become small, little in our day-to-day life. There is a great disruption in our social values, in our personal values. I think we people, we share fewer common values. We people share very few common values. I think in the world of competitiveness, the world of competition, I think we share very few values, common values. All other values are leading us to do something else. Then second thing is there is a symmetrical development. You know, asymmetrical means unequal development in the usage of technology and economic system and cultural practices. So someone is rich, someone is technologically sound, someone is wealth-wise rich and facility-wise they were having so much, and the vast majority is denied of such things. I think we have to show much care into this. So there is the shrinking of radius of trust. I think in the present day world, the trust is shrinking. There's a small radius of trust. I can trust a few people. I cannot trust the society. I cannot trust people at large. I cannot trust anything around me. I think that's the bad sign of the civilized world. Therefore, we must focus on ethics and values. Then there is a value changes in individual characteristics. Okay, you all know that. That's an increasing individualism and narcissism. What is individualism? People are becoming very individualistic. They always think of their welfare. So their choices are very limited and they move with very few people and they are overtly selfish. Overtly selfish. I think this word is very important. Selfish. Sometimes the word selfish is, not liked by many. If someone calls you selfish, you don't like to be called as selfish. But now the present day world present day world people are saying they are overtly selfish because now says you are selfish. Yes, fine. Yes, my interest is very important to me. Here they miss one thing. That's the difference between self-interest and selfishness. And people do not know how to differentiate these. I think self-interest is necessary for survival, for development. But selfishness is something related to greediness. And it is related to the trait of dominance. You want to dominate others. I think ethics will teach how to differentiate between this selfishness and the self-interest. And selfishness is others called as a narcissism. Self-love. You love yourself more than anybody else. You don't have any love for others. You don't have any love for the society, people around you. Rather, you are taught to learn only yourself. So such education should change. I think we should learn right education. Then we are living in the gadget-driven technology society, gadget technology-driven society, where relationships are shrinking. Our relationships, we are relying upon technology, not on people. Not on people. For example, I tell you, suppose if you go to a marriage hall, when I was young, as a small boy, and when I was the youth, I think we have to work in the marriage for wedding. If I go to my relatives' home, we all work together. We serve food, we clean the area, we bring materials for the feast, and all the works we do. But now, when you go to marriage halls, what's happening? You decorate yourself, go to the hall, and meet great, and you decorate yourself very well, maybe, and with all latest fashionable and dress and things like that. You are always projecting yourself. Projectionism is there. Then meet people and go to the dining, eat, and give your gift and come back. Your contribution is only one thing. That is the gift you present to the couple, and not in other forms. Everything is become professionalistic, and everything is done by technical people. And here, what is missing is a relationship. When we work for them, the relationship strengthens. When we involve technical people, professional people, I think that becomes missing. So we are slowly giving up our ethical way of life, and we are becoming more automatic, the kind of life with automations. Then what happens, you see, as an individual, people become addicted. People develop kind of aversion in their attitude, and people always live in delusion. This is the three words used by Zen Buddhism. They say addiction, aversion, delusion. What is addiction? Desire to control and dominate others. Okay? Or you get addicted to that. And not only the material addictions like alcohol, drugs and things. That's too bad. You allow all these materials to dominate your brain. All these materials dominate your life. That's that. And there is another addiction, is controlling other people, controlling the entire wealth. That's also equally bad. So Buddha says this addiction has to be removed from our mind. And aversion. We hate others. We have only self-love. We don't love others. I think life involves the love for oneself and love for others. So that is very important. So the aversion is something very bad. I think we are taught to hate. We are taught, in simple word, where people are teaching us to hate others. Oh, he's bad boy, he's bad fellow, and he's bad. And the people with this ideology, people belong to this religion, people belong to this caste, people belong to this race are bad. Taught to teach, hate. Then there is a delusion. What is delusions? We tend to believe in falsehood. We always live in imaginary things. So there is a fatal kind of attraction. As an young people, we get attracted towards the things which are fascinating. That's not real. They are all made up, make-up. So they are not original, they are not real. So these kinds of delusion. So Gandhi, I just because there's no time, I think I should not exceed my time. Gandhi was talking about this. So he said, I want to share a few of his thought. He said, to observe morality is to attain mastery over mind and our passion. So what is ethical life according to Gandhi is, we should have a mastery over our mind. Our mind should be controlled by us, our heart. And not only mind, our passions. Our passion, our likes and desires, everything should be controlled. We should not be slave to our desire, and we should not allow our mind to wander around whatever is fascinating. So we should have the control over mind. I think nowadays people are talking about meditation. What is meditation? You should have a control over mind, your thought process. But how far they are successful, I don't know. Then second thing is self-realization. What is self-realization? According to Gandhi, self-realization is impossible without complete identification and merging of oneself with the whole community. We have to merge ourselves with the whole community, with the whole humanity. Gandhi used a particular word called sarvodaya, welfare of all, not welfare of an individual, welfare of all. I think later you will study about Abraham Maslow on the theory of hierarchy or motivation. And he also insists this. I think the purpose of life is to self-realize, to have self-realization. Gandhi put it very beautifully. It is possible when you identify yourself amongst the midst of the whole humanity. You are not an entity. Then he said, performance of duty and observance of morality. Following our duty. What is our duty as a student? We have to learn more. This is the time to learn more. But our people are told, the younger generations are told, it's a time to enjoy. I think we have to enjoy our learning, not enjoy the life or anything. It is part of the learning. It is not the goal of our life. It should be the part of our learning. The enjoying life should be the part of our learning. And observance of morality, observing the moral values, ethical values, that is very important. That makes us human beings. Then he said, the highest moral law is that we should unremittingly work for the good of humankind. So, unremittingly work for the good of humankind. We should work for the sake of humankind. I think our work should not confine to earning something merely for our livelihood. Then finally he said, service to all. I think we should serve all the people. That is more important. Serving all people is more important, not serve to ourselves. And one more thing I want to share and finish. Gandhi said, in the process of learning ethics and values, we should avoid 7 sins. He called it 7 deadly sins. He said, whenever you come across, this is a yardstick. This is how you can measure, evaluate people and the society. He said, wealth without work is a sin. If someone is earning wealth without doing any work, proper work, then consider them, they are bad. They are evil to the society. So your wealth should have a strong link with your work. You should work and earn. And without work, if there is earning and wealth, then it is a sin, deadly sin, he said. And then he said, pleasure with conscience. You enjoy. The pleasure should have the conscience. You should not go against your conscience. So if your conscience says it is something wrong, you should not do this. You should not indulge in such pleasure. Leave it. So pleasure without conscience. Then he said, science without humanity. The science is for the sake of humanity. The science and technology is for the sake of humanity, not for a group of people, not for any particular individual, not for a particular nation. Then he said, knowledge without character. Your knowledge, people are having knowledge, but they don't have the character. Therefore, we are discussing about ethics. They have enormous knowledge. They are brain. They are brain. There are many brainy people. They beautifully present things. They invent many new things, but they don't have the character. What part they are doing this? So the character will determine what part they are working. As I have told you, the ethics determine that. Then politics without principle. Nowadays, the politics, they don't have the principle. Their only interest is holding power, wielding power, using power for their own purpose. No principle at all. Then commerce without morality. So our trade and commerce is not having any morality. Then finally he said, worship without sacrifice. We worship God. We worship God. We go to the temple. We go to the church. We go to the mosque, or we go to any worshiping place. But we don't sacrifice anything. See, what is the purpose of offering gift? Offers. We put offers in the offertory boxes. Every temple has it. Or we donate money. Why? When you donate money, you should not donate money from the excess amount you have. You have to donate money from the amount which is necessary for your livelihood. That is the real sacrifice. So, are we doing it? Are we doing some sacrifice for the sake of common good? If you do it, according to Gandhi, that is the real worship. That is the real worship. He never visited any temple for worshipping God. And that is related to certain social issues. So, this is a kind of ethics which he preached and practiced in his life. And he left this great example of his own life and thoughts for us to adapt, follow, and maybe we with suitable alterations and modification to the modern context. As a student, I wish you to learn this as part of your education, as part of learning skills and knowledge from your institution. And I wish, and I request the teachers should facilitate the students to learn it. And with these words, I conclude my speech. Thank you for giving this opportunity to me. Hello.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. I think I just exceeded my time. Sorry. But I have to finish certain things. Anyway, thank you for that.
Yes, sir. Thanks for sure, Ashu will follow your word, Sharon. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us.
May I close it?
There is a small announcement.
Yeah, please, sir.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, sir. A small announcement to the students. As per the request from many students, Introduction to Engineering course project, the deadline is not yet confirmed. But please make sure that you attend all the sessions and collect enough information to submit the report as and when required. I repeat, Introduction to Engineering course project, the deadline is not yet confirmed. But please make sure that you attend all the sessions, collect enough proofs and information to submit the report as and when required. And there is a small change in the agenda again. Now we'll move on directly to Mr. G. Rajamurthy sir's address.
Sir, you're correct.
Happy noon, one and all present in this virtual meeting. So it is my immense pleasure to be with you all in this meeting. For that, first of all, I would like to thank the management of VIT and the organizers of this Freshers Orientation Program. Thank you all for giving me this invitation and opportunity to present in this session. And also, I would like to welcome all the fresh entrants of VIT And I would like to tell you one thing. You are all now in a family of one of the world's premier educational institute. So feel proud of it and make use of that opportunity that you are getting. So the next 4 years, you are going to have a great career in your education and enjoy your learning and have a very holistic period of learning in VIT. As a technocrat, I too belongs to a technical background person. I did my bachelor's engineering in mechanical and master's MTech in energy conservation. So being a technical person, I would also like to welcome you all to the world of technocrats. So this is a millennium of technocrats and we are going to rule the world. And there are plenty of opportunities are available for the technical people throughout the world. So today my session is to present a topic on entrepreneurship opportunities for engineers. So this is one of the very interesting and important topic to be discussed. The need of the hour for this nation, I believe. Why I'm telling this is engineering is a professional degree. We used to call this as a professional degree because a graduate, after completing his engineering degree, will have all the capabilities to be a job creator rather than a job seeker. But it is most unfortunate that in the last few decades, there are plenty of news coming in the media that a lot of engineering graduates are not getting jobs like that. I am very surprised why such news are coming, because we are having the capability of creating our own jobs and we can also go to good jobs. If we are getting very good jobs at companies, we can go to jobs, otherwise we can create jobs and we can become an entrepreneur. So this is the capability of an engineer, and having this capability, why many engineering graduates are failed in their career is the reason behind this kind of topic to be discussed at this need of the hour I am mentioning. And I just want to share some of the presentation related to the entrepreneurship opportunities for the engineers. Shall I connect my screen now? So
yes, sir. Yes.
So like, can some of the organizers kindly help me to connect my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can share your screen.
I think you can.
Please share your screen.
Now
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, sir. We are getting your screen.
So, entrepreneurship opportunities for engineers. So this is interesting topic to be, I think, as a pressure to the field of engineering. You should know the opportunities.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Could you please make it as full screen?
Yeah, yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Can you give me 1 minute? One minute.
Sir, no problem. You can take the full screen option, which is at the bottom right corner, sir. Here to the Zoom end, you have the full screen option. Yes, sir. Sir, or press F5.
Okay. Is it okay now, ma'am? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Okay. So the entrepreneurship opportunities for engineers is plenty of opportunities out there. First of all, you should know what is an entrepreneur. So this is a word derived from the French verb entreprendre. The meaning of the word is to undertake. So entrepreneur is a person who brings together the factors of the production and combines them into a product. He organizes and manages a business unit, assuming the risk of profit. So this is the meaning given there for the word entrepreneur. And if you look at the curriculum of the engineering degree, we will get all the required capabilities to become an entrepreneur while we are learning many subjects in engineering. So we will learn a lot of things related to the production, and we will learn a lot of things related to the management, and we will know a lot of things related to many business related activities. So entrepreneur, that is the meaning of entrepreneur, is best suit for an engineering graduate. So what is entrepreneurship? It is a process of creating the value by bringing together a unique package of resources to exploit the opportunity. So there are three kinds of people in this world. If you categorize the people, you can see some people who make things happen. And there are some people who watch things happen, and there are some people who are left to ask what did happen. And generally entrepreneurs fall under the first category. They are the people who make things happen. And that is what our engineering graduates normally used to have such a capability. Used to make things happen, not we are the people who are looking for what is happening around us. So the need of the hierarchy theory, according to Maslow's theory, if you see the Maslow's theory, the pyramid shows that your needs starts from your physiological needs, and it will gradually shift to some higher, there is higher values, and it will reach a self-transcendence, that is your ultimate career objective. So if you want to have a career to meet all these need of this Maslow's hierarchy theory, entrepreneurship will be best. There is a best career that you can able to reach the ultimate point in this hierarchy theory. And in India, if you see what is happening right now in India is, India has been an entrepreneurial society. Basically, we are an entrepreneurial society, and we have the entrepreneurial skill, but suppressed it for too long time. And now it is thriving. Now there are many new entrepreneurs who did not belong to traditional business community have begun to emerge in large numbers. Even if myself is also a first generation entrepreneur, there are nobody in my family before me who they had an entrepreneurial that is career. So today, millions of people like me are becoming an entrepreneur. This is happening in India because we are living in a country of there is a world's best resources in the country. So entrepreneurship has grown rapidly, visibly creating wealth and it is generating employment. So looking at the future, what is going to happen in the next 100 years? The average age of the Indians in 2020 is 29 years old. This is the average age of the Indians in the world. But if you compare these with the world's largest economy like USA and China, the average age of USA is 48 and that of China is 37. So what it indicates is India is the only country in the world which is having a lot of youth population. So we are the country that is par excellence with the rest of the world as far as growing entrepreneurship is concerned, and therefore it is no surprise that we see awareness and many student movement creating forums for entrepreneurship today. Even if you look into the policies of government, Indian government is now introducing many schemes for promoting entrepreneurship, particularly in institutes like the universities and colleges. Government is providing incubation centers right now and give academic incentive those who approach to such centers. So the evolution of entrepreneurship in India starts from this, and today we are living in a modern world. And the entrepreneurship today in India, we can categorize in 4 levels: level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. So the first level is the primary level. There is the entrepreneurship opportunities lies in agriculture and other activities, particularly in the, but there is sectors in rural India, what they are doing. And in the level 2, we are having trading services like retail trade, hotels, restaurants like that. And in level 3, we are having many traditional sectors, particularly manufacturing, electricity production, gas, water supply like that. So this level 3 is one of the area in which we are having a lot of engineering disciplines, and we are learning a lot of technical knowledge in these kind of level 3 activities. And the level 4 is the emerging sectors. So because of the recent trends in the globe and also because of the technological upgradation, so a lot of emerging sectors in level 4 is coming, particularly in IT, finance, insurance, business service, construction, community, social, personal services, supply chain, transport, storage, communication, etc. So this is the one thing that you have to be very focused. This particular level 4 is for the people like you, and you will grab many opportunities in the level 4 in the future. So why entrepreneur engineer? So this is a question we have to think over it, because the modern world is engineering. So if you look at the world around you, from waking up in the morning to going back to the night, a man is relying on one product of engineering or the other. So if you are living in an engineering world, why can't engineers control the business world? Is the question. So why we are looking for there is people who will give job to us. Instead, we can come forward and we can create job for many people. So entrepreneur to become an engineer, the process of the engineer's entrepreneurship is the integration of the business management with engineering technical skills leading to the formation of the entrepreneur's engineer. So the transformation happens from an engineer to an entrepreneur is we have to integrate what we're going to get in the engineering discipline is the technical knowledge. And we have to integrate this technical knowledge with the business world around us. So we have to create application the society needs. We have to develop products the society needs, and we have to promote an enterprise for deliver that to the society. So the advantages of an engineering entrepreneurship is we can become self-employment. That's what I mentioned earlier. This is a professional course. Why it is called a professional course is after completing this course, we are capable of becoming a self-employment people. So leading to job satisfaction, flexibility in time, resource management, the creation of job opportunities, the number depending on the size and available resources to the entrepreneur. There is a healthy competition leading to higher product quality, availability of more goods and service, development of more industries, particularly in rural areas, and development of entrepreneurial qualities and attitudes. So if you look at the country today, we are the second largest population in the world. We are almost reaching nearing the first population country in the world, China. And still now, plenty of people now in our country are living in rural India, and they are mainly relying on the primary sectors. And it is a responsibility of the people like us. There is a technical background people. We have to create many jobs for the people in the primary sector by creating a secondary sector. That is, we have to value add many things, particularly the primary sector is giving to us. And from that, we can make an economy that is going to help the nation and the society. And also, we can give plenty of employment opportunities to the second level peoples. So that is the advantage of how an engineering become an entrepreneur. So the normal attributes of entrepreneur. To be an entrepreneur, what are all the things that we have to develop or that we have to inculcate inside us is the thing what I am showing now. The very important is the mental ability. The first thing is you have to develop your mental ability to become a good entrepreneur. Second thing is the organizing ability. So business is something you have to organize a lot of things. Your daily activities is you have to manage many things. The word management itself is a very beautiful definition. It is framed initially as managing men. That is called the management. But today, managing men is not enough for a business people. It is a lot of things beyond men we have to manage. Particularly, it is managing machine, managing material, managing money, managing the lot of we can add up this every day. The technology, the policies, and looking beyond the boundaries that is entering into the managing the markets. You can focus to the global markets. So likewise, plenty of things to be managed by a business entrepreneur. So the attribute of an entrepreneur is you have to develop a very good organizing skill. And a business owner is normally, he should equip himself to become a smart worker rather than a hard worker. So a smart working is the one that is going to give you success in long run. And the next important attribute is discipline. So the very, very important ethics, we can say it as an ethics or you can say it as a characteristics or anything. A good disciplined person definitely will have a very good career, and also he can able to reach all his ultimate success. And the next thing is that you have to make a clear objective. So today you are joining a engineering course, a particular discipline, and you have to identify what you are going to do in the next 4 years. And after that, what you are planning, and after that, after 10 years, what you want to be. So like that, you have a clear objective in your part of your journey of the career. And always be optimistic. So this is one of the important attitude that we have to develop. Optimistic behavior is very, very essential, because today the world is having both positive and negative things around you, and you are influenced by both the things, but try to neglect or try to avoid the negative influences and try to always take the positive ones every day you are seeing, and that will give you a very good insight. And your communication ability is very important. That is an attribute of an entrepreneur. Particularly, the communication has two things. One is speaking, and another one is listening. And at this stage, not only at this stage, at any part of our life, I feel very important that in the communication, speaking and listening, the priority is always we should give more importance to the listening. So speaking is an art that we can able to develop, but listening is a very, very, very sensitive thing that we have to develop. And when we become a good listener, automatically we will become a good speaker in the future. So in the age of as a student, that is your career now, you are listening every day. You are listening a lot of lectures from your professors, and if you are having the capability of listening well, you can get many knowledge from those kind of people, and that is the important communication skill that you have to develop. So develop the communication skill, develop your self-confidence and adaptability to the situation. It is very important, because in business world, a lot of fluctuations will be there in many formats, and we have to adapt to the situation. Every time we cannot predict the things in the future that it will happen like that. There are many uncertainties that we have to come across, and those uncertainties we have to meet, and how we are going to adapt those things is the success of our journey. And the attitude I mentioned already, the positive attitude, the risk-taking ability is very important, because this is the ability which is going to take you as an entrepreneur rather than an employee. So many people after completing your course are becoming an employee because they are not willing to take risks. But very few people are becoming an entrepreneur later on because they are having the will to take a risk. So whenever you are having an ability to take a risk, definitely that will bring you or take you to the next level of your career. And another very important in today's world is your emotional stability. So emotional stability is the one. We have a lot of there is psychological impacts that every day we used to face. We as a business owner, we used to face every day. We have to manage our men, and in that there will be some problem. We have to manage our clients. In that there will be some problem. In that there are some changes in the policies or procedures, everything. And that will give you multiple emotions, and we have to stay with all the things, and we have to carry what's. And the roadblocks to become a successful entrepreneur is the attitudinal problem. So today, many business owners failed in their journey because of their bad attitude and lack of ideas and lack of procedures in the work. So whenever we are starting a business, we should frame a SOP, standard operating procedure, and we have to follow to that. Even I will suggest you as a student, you can also make a procedure how to approach every semester and how to get good marks like that. So if you are creating your own procedures and you are adapting to that, definitely it will give you a better results and execution in a better way, and initiativeness, risk-taking ability, lack of, I am telling all these are the roadblocks. So when you are not able to come these kind of hurdles, definitely you are not going to the next step. So the financial management and the development problem. The characteristics of an opportunistic entrepreneur is what is it is a characteristics given for an opportunistic entrepreneur. You compare these characteristics with that an engineering graduate is going to have. The first characteristics, what it is mentioned, is scientific approach to problem. Definitely not all entrepreneurs able to approach scientifically. Only the people having the technical knowledge or the science, they can able to approach the problem with the scientific knowledge. And engineering graduates definitely will have this ability to approach the problem scientifically, willing to delegate and broad view of strategy, diversified marketing approach, longer planning, sophisticated accounting, and financial control. So all these things are very important for an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur and engineer must be able to deal with uncertainty and ambiguity and able to understand and speak the language of other professionals. Convincing speaker, computer literate, and adequate skills, all these are very important. That is the qualities are mentioning for a good entrepreneur. So these qualities I already narrated. And the entrepreneurial process, how a process entrepreneurial is, first you have to identify an opportunity. Every business is identifying an opportunity and developing that as your business idea. So establishing a vision, pursue others, gather resources, create new venture, and change or adapt with the time. So apart from the entrepreneurs, there is another word called intrapreneurs. So what is an intrapreneur is, initially, I don't say that everyone you will become an entrepreneur after completing your course. So definitely you will first go for a work at some very good concerns like multinational companies. So in that you will get a career, and in that career, if you exhibit the behavior of an entrepreneur, then you will climb the top position in that particular job. So when you become an entrepreneur, you will have very similar characteristics like an entrepreneur. Very best example for this is Mr. Sundar Pichai. So Mr. Sundar Pichai is an entrepreneur. He is not an entrepreneur. He is an entrepreneur. Because of his entrepreneurial ability, he is having the ability to lead Google. That is why Google management feels confidence to place him as the CEO. So entrepreneur is a new brand of corporate entrepreneurs. The term entrepreneur is coined in USA. Many senior executives of big companies in America left their job and started small business of their own. And they left the organization because they did not get any opportunity to apply their own ideas and innovability. And the role of entrepreneurship in developing the industrialization. So what is the benefit of promoting entrepreneurship? I just want to mention this. When entrepreneurship develops in the nation, it will decrease unemployment, reduce capitalization, increase the productivity and create new technology. And local resource can be used, improve living standard and economic independence, overall development, creating new form of business, and what it does for economic development. So when you are starting a company, more investment will be thrown into the country, and more employment will come. Diversity in products, international trade. That is one of the beautiful advantages of entrepreneurship. Contributes to gross GDP. So I just want to show some of the successful engineering entrepreneurs. So these are all I'm just going to show within 5 minutes some of the engineers who turned entrepreneur, and today they are in the corporate world. So this is the photo of Mr. Rajiv Chileka. So he is the managing director of Green Gold Animation. So everyone knows about his company very well. Particularly if I mention his product like Chota Bean. So that is a creation of Green Gold Animation. So today he is running that is a business organization, which is once started in 2004-5 with 2 employees. So basically, he is an engineering graduate from Osmania University, and after completing 3 years animation engineer in US, he founded Green Gold in 2001. And today, the company growth rate is 75%. So this person, I already mentioned, Mr. Sundar Pichai, is a very good example for entrepreneur, Indian American business executive, chief executive of Google, and he is Mr. Tosh Lendra. Actually, he is a BITS Pilani, Rajasthan alumni and IIM Ahmedabad topper, and he is running an organization called NITS3 Private Limited, which is actually an organization supporting thousands of farmers in the state of Bihar and Orissa, and he is doing a lot of business. There is ventures through his engineering and managerial capabilities. And she is Shruti Reddy. So she's a former employee of Infosys, and after getting married, he settled at Kolkata because of his husband's job there, and he quit her job. But with her talent of becoming an entrepreneur, he started a new venture called NTST Funeral Service, which is one of the very peculiar entrepreneurship opportunity grabbed by a person like Shruti Reddy, and which is doing funeral service that is a very, very different kind of business. Being a women entrepreneur, it's a very big challenge to take this service, and today she's very successful, and she's a pioneer in this kind of services. And he's Mr. Arun Adiyappan, founder of Ticket Goose, and when he identified opportunities in the online market, he actually started his company of Ticket Goose with his friends. And today, his company is having one of the very big market share in online ticketing. And being an exporter, I just want to share some of the world trade market scenario. Today, the world trade is going very big in the world. There is export-import trade, which is near about 20,000 billion trade is going around the world. And India's export right now is 290 billion, and import is 430 billion. And why I am suggesting you to come for export in entrepreneurship is, entrepreneurship itself is a good to nation, but why I am requesting you or inviting you to become an export entrepreneur in future is, this is actually a very export industry is a very big industry, very good industry for the promotion of the nation. It will bring a lot of products and it will give faster expansion to your business, and it will help you in claiming many government incentives. And the ultimate thing is, being an exporter entrepreneur, you will get a greater recognition in your career. And my conclusion is, I just want to conclude by saying one thing. India is a country which is having huge manpower, particularly in the younger generation. And it is a responsibility for people like us. I'm telling that people who are having the technical background, we have to contribute more to this country. And how we are going to contribute more to this country is, we can become an entrepreneur in our future, and we can apply our knowledge, and we can produce or promote new products from this nation, and we can supply all over globe the needs, and from there we can make our country a superpower, which is a dream in 2020 earlier, but now we can make this dream by 2030 or 2040 like that. And this dream of becoming an India's global superpower comes to reality only by the growth of entrepreneurship. And with this, I wish you all a great career in VIT through VIT. You are going to have a wonderful 4 years in VIT. I am sure that. So first, make use of this period of learning and learn a lot of things, and plan your career well, and contribute to the nation. Thank you so much for this nice session. Thank you. Thank you all for your patient listening.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And before we end, I would like to talk about a few various prestigious positions held by Mr. Rajamurthy, sir. He is the Vice Chairman of Export Promotion Center, Director, Global Institute of Foreign Trade, Madurai, Tamil Nadu, and he is the Director of Operations for a Global International School. He is the Director of Shiva Ganga Coconut Producer Company, a farmer producer company of 1,000 farmers, and many of his articles about foreign trade were published in various trade magazines and journals in India. And he works with a long-term vision of creating quality entrepreneurs and exporters for the development of our nation to become a supreme power in the world. Who else would have done justice to this topic, entrepreneurial opportunities for engineers? Thank you so much for your knowledge sharing, sir. Your talk is really an eye-opener for our freshers. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Balamurali, our NCC officer. Sir, the dais is yours now.
Good afternoon all. I am Lieutenant Balamurali, Associate NCC Officer, VIT Chennai.
So we could see it now, and let us continue with Lieutenant Balam. So you have to unmute. So please unmute and then you can go.
Yeah, once again. Here, along with NSS, we have NCC also. So, Amesa Pele, it is the code for NCC and 1TN battalion NCC. About NCC. NCC is the world's largest uniformed youth organization. NCC, National Cadet Corps, is a tri-service organization comprising the Air, Navy, and Army wing. The aim of NCC to develop character, comradeship, discipline, leadership, secular outlook, spirit of adventure, and sportsmanship of youth of country. To create human resource to organize, trained, and motivated youth to be provide leadership in all walks of life. To provide a suitable environment to motivate the youth to take up a career in armed forces. Why NCC during graduation? Students are given basic education to higher level military training and social service and nation building. The cadets are conditioned to make made aware of what military is and a good citizen. NCC changes cadets' common college life to an adventurous and thrilling journey of 3 years. Joining young blood is what NCC needs. It's high time students transform themselves in the cadets and show of their joys. Advantages of NCC. NCC helps them to gear towards joining the forces, providing their 100% when the country is really need. There are a total of 50 seats in OTA and 100 seats in IMA, which are set aside for the cadets who are holding C certificate. The cadet C certificate is considered in many places, private and public sector too. Above all, being in NCC gives you a different kind of exposure as it is a lifetime expense. And VIT Chennai NCC affiliated to 1TN battalion and Madras A group. And there are so many occasions NCC cadets are promoted from cadet to so many ranks, lieutenant, lance corporal, corporal, and sergeant, and cadet under officer and senior under officer. Like that, the promotions will be given during the Independence Day and Republic Day. And the training activities, parade training. Training will be given foot drill and arms drill. The cadets will be trained by armed persons will be coming to our campus and they will be get trained with the uniform. And firing, in joining NCC, you will get along with the foot drill. You will be trained arms firing. Cadets will be trained in ammunition training .22 rifle. And rallies, as NSS, you might have heard that social service activities. It is also part of NCC. Cadets are taken part in rallies like air pollution awareness, Swachh Bharat, and road safety awareness. And even during disaster, cadets will be taken part to serve the nation. And social service cadets will be encouraged to help the civilians on big occasions whenever it needs. Lastly, we have our students are taken place in crowd control and nearby zoo, Mandalore Zoo and other places in and around Chennai. Apart from that, the NCC cadet taken part in the tree plantation inside the campus and outside the campus. Same as blood donation, also one among the activity of NCC. Our cadets have donated blood more than 50 units. And coming to the camp part, there are plenty of camps are there consist of 10 days. Annual training camp, basic and adventure leadership camp, mountaineering camp, national integration camp. For various camps are available. See, ATC, it already mentioned annual training camp, CATC combined, and NIC National Integration Camp, NIC Special National Integration Camp, Talseni Camp, Vaiseni Camp, and Nauseni Camp. In which Talseni Camp, it is only for Army, Vaiseni Camp, it's only for Air Force, and Nauseni Camp, it's for Navy. And RTC, it is the prestigious camp. It will be taken place in the RD Republic Day Parade, which will be held at New Delhi. Last year, our cadet Sweta has taken part and brought laurels. She has won 2 silver medals and army attachment camps and adventure camps. So this is the achievement of our cadet. Cadet under officer Sweta already I have mentioned. She has a chance to get interact with the Deputy Director General of Tamil Nadu Pondicherry and Andaman Directorate. and also Rajiv Bhavan. He visited Rajiv Bhavan, and camps attended by other cadets, which is a prestigious camp. Sergeant Monis has attended Ek Bharat and Sest Bharat camp. These are the other activities, training activities attended by our camp cadets inside VIT, and these are the combined pictorial representation of VIT cadets are participated in various activities. How do I join? There is a question, how do I join NCC? The selection will be done by ANO along with the Army officer and PA staff from one Tamil Nadu battalion NCC were affiliated to this unit, Madrasia group already mentioned. The students will be selected based on personal interest, physical fitness, and performance in personal interview. So once the campus open, or you will be called. We will send a circular. We'll send a circular everyone. So those who are interested in Google form also we will send along with the Google form. You can give your preference. And now, can you see one video here? I would like to present. Yeah, we will. Cadets, students, if you want to communicate, you can get my number and mail it. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing about NCC unit of VIT and the way it functions. And the another important information, again I repeat, as per the request from many students, Introduction to Engineering course, the deadline is not confirmed as of now. But please make sure that you attend all the sessions and collect enough proofs and informations to submit the report as and when it required. And for now, we are closing the session for the forenoon, and we'll meet sharp by 2 p.m. for the next session. I request all of you to join by 1:50 in the same link. Thank you.